Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Phil Pugh Stadium on the campus of North Mason High School in Belfair. Well, actually, the building behind us is no longer the high school. It's now Hawkins Middle School. The new high school is a couple hundred yards the other direction, and that will be opening next week, and we'll hear more about that at halftime as the superintendent, Dana Rosenbach, is scheduled to stop by and talk about the exciting things that are happening in North Mason School District. I'm Diedrich Allen, along with Lim Elway. Good evening, Lim.
Good evening to you on this nice summer during the fall night. Great night for football, great night for high school athletics.
Yeah, it's an excellent night. The weather is not an issue. It was earlier in the week. It looked like it was supposed to rain, but just some puffy clouds. We're looking pretty good.
There's nothing better than the first game of the season.
Well, we have the Mason County Cup, the fourth annual Mason County Cup, the football game between Shelton and North Mason. The High Climbers are in the white. They're out on the field warming up. The Bulldogs have returned to their locker room to have some last-minute conversations. And, well, we've got a lot to get to here in the pregame show, so let's roll right into it. Coming up, we have Jeff Beavers from North Mason and Matt Hinkle from Shelton, all coming up next on MasonWebTV.com, HCC.net, and Hood Canal Communications.
So I've come up with the family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
The Hood Canal Communications team helps keep you connected to your world via broadband, video, and voice.
For a limited time, get half off a new bundled broadband connection for 6 months and free installation, but without any contract.
With unlimited internet access from HCC, you can keep your multi-device, data-hungry family happy. Close the generation gap without any data caps.
Call or click today, 898-2481 or hcc.net.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against the wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Talk about your Bulldogs a little bit. This year's team, or how many people have you got turning out today?
We've got a little over 90 kids out this season, 9 through 12. Got a good group of older kids. Got about 20 seniors on the team this year, so good group coming back and a lot of new faces.
Let's talk about the guys coming back. Still the same guy running the show?
It is not. He moved on, and we going to be young at quarterback, but I've got a lot of experienced offensive guys to go around him, and I think we'll be okay.
Now let's talk about your new faces then.
New face looks like Preston Polton is going to win that quarterback job, and so he'll be the new face at the quarterback. And other than that, everybody else is pretty familiar.
Still planning on the old triple option?
The old triple option. That's what we're all about, and we're really getting where we execute it really well, and looking forward to watching it run this year, to be honest. So,
how do you match up with the Olympic League as you look at them?
Everybody's pretty similar. It seems like the tough teams that we've got to go through. It seems like we get them in a stretch of 4 games in a row. That's Olympic, Bremerton, and North Kitsap and Squim. We play those guys. I think all the games are tough, but there's a stretch there where we're playing the guys that have been top 2 teams in the league or playoff teams in our league, and we get them back to back, and so it'll be fun to watch it play out.
Has there been a distraction with the new school being built at all?
Not really been any distraction. I had a lot of excitement. Would be the better word to use. Our kids have helped move some of the furniture and stuff into the school, so they've gotten first eyes on it, and it's something to really be proud of. And they're excited to get in there. So,
now your first game is Shelton, the Mason County Cup. See here, Shelton's got it 2 out of the first 3 times, and you want to get it back, right?
yeah, it's time to get it back here, and I know the kids are excited to try to get that cup back here, and it's a fun game. The kids really enjoy the game because they know some of the same kids, and so yeah.
What do you know about Shelton this series?
I really don't know a whole lot other than just kind of looking back at last year's rosters. Looks like they've got quite a few kids coming back, and they were a good football team last year, and expect that they'll take the next step as well.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
You may have seen the Hood Canal Communications crews on McGreevy Road lately and wondered, what are they doing? We are in the final stages of installing a new 144-count fiber optic cable between our Union and Shelton offices. Part of the project involved a revolutionary technique of installing cable in underground conduit. A small microduct is installed in an existing conduit. This allows for multiple cables to be installed in the same conduit. The fiber optic cable is then blown into the microduct and can travel. When the project is complete, our offices will be connected with a 10 gigabit circuit. This will provide the ability to continue to increase broadband speeds and allow for future growth.
Hood Canal Communications, Mason County's premier communications service provider.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
On the phone with me is Matt Hinkle. He's the head man for the Shelton football team. And Coach, thanks for taking some time to talk to us. I know you've been a very busy person, last couple of days especially.
Oh, my pleasure, Diedrich. Yeah, the beginning of school year is always hectic, and first couple of weeks of the season, there's all kinds of things to do. So not a problem, though, as far as getting on the phone.
Well, let's dive right into it. Let's talk about your high climbers this year. How many people do you have coming back?
Oh, we were relatively young last year. We started probably 4 or 5 sophomores, which is kind of a challenge, but now they're juniors and they're a year older, and that makes a big difference. So we're excited about that. It's a good crew. They look good during the summer. Spring and summer, we had camps that we went to and passing tournaments, and the kids look to be a real competitive bunch. So as far as returners, it washes out that we have 7 returning starters on offense and 6 on defense.
So I watched at your jamboree last Friday, and I noticed that your offensive line, as usual, makes those holes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're striving for, like year after year, is to have a good offensive line.
Yeah, it's a huge component. You know, they're the ones who are the unsung heroes. They work and work and work, and don't usually get their name in the paper, but they did a good job. I thought competitively at the Jamboree. They played a pretty good Olympia squad and matched up well, and a historically strong Tumwater squad and matched up well. And North Thurston, who we compete against for playoff possibilities, the kids did really well against. So we were happy with the shakedown last week, and we're excited to see what happens tonight.
So your defenses look pretty good too. Pretty strong, and looks like you had more of a pressure defense this year.
Yeah, you know where our strength in our defense is, our experience in our defense is our defensive backs. They're all kind of tall and rangy kids this year. They're 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", maybe 175, 185 pounds. They're just big, lanky kids, and they move well. And as on the offense, there's quite a bit of experience coming back. That in itself doesn't necessarily translate into wins, but it certainly translates into a higher comfort level as far as coming out the first game and not having the nervous butterflies that they had their first go around last year.
Do you have any goals for this season?
Well, we certainly do. We want to, first of all, we want to get better every week. That's kind of trite, I understand that, but we want to be a team on the rise. We're expecting to play, be in a competitive situation as far as a league championship and or a playoff situation. And with the kids that we got, that's certainly an attainable goal. They've worked really hard. We've got pretty good skill kids, and the line that you alluded to earlier, they're experienced as well. And I don't know if we're overly large on the offensive line. We've got a couple big kids, but athletically they're pretty solid. So we expect to be competitive all season long, pull the wins together, and punch the season into the playoffs. So goal-wise, that's what we're shooting for.
Is there any particular matchup that you think is going to be tougher than anyone in the season?
Well, we didn't compete well against the Lincoln A's last year. I don't think to a man we could compete with them, but they're going to come back down to the pack, and until somebody beats them, I think they're certainly a very formidable opponent. They get a new coach, and with that comes a transition. But having said that, they got some athletes. I think Lincoln is going to be good. I think Capital always has a solid program. North Thurston should be a challenge, and frankly, with the last couple of years, we can't take anybody for granted. That's for sure. Can't look past anybody. But those three. Wilson, perhaps, up in the Tacoma area, has got a couple kids back that are really good athletes. So it's a good league. Proximity-wise, what works out nice is that we're not traveling down to Vancouver or far away. It's a nice competitive league. So you get through it, and usually you fare fairly well in the playoffs.
Now, tonight you're traveling up to North Mason, take on the Bulldogs in the Mason County Cup. What do you know about the Bulldogs?
Well, Coach Beavers does a good job up there. They're fundamentally a very solid football team. They lost a real good wide receiver in the Berghoff kid. I believe that's his name. Mm-hmm. He was also a real good pitcher in baseball, and he got appointed to one of the academies. I think the Air Force Academy. I don't know for sure, but that's a pretty good indicator that he was a solid kid too. Their quarterback is a 3-year starter. They run a lot of option, which means with an experienced quarterback, that means he's good at it. He's had a lot of experience at it. They run wishbone, which is an offense that was really popular back, probably about 15, 20, maybe even longer, back when I was a kid. But anyway, he does a good job. Coach does a good job with grinding and grinding and grinding. They don't make mistakes. They just punch the ball down the field and try to move the chains, and so we got to be able to stop that. That'll be a challenge. And defensively, it looks to be what's called an odd front, where they have a guy head up on the center and a guy head up on the tackles, and then 2 defensive ends and 2 inside linebackers. And they returned some guys a big defensive end that looks good and an inside linebacker that looks really solid. So we got our work cut out for us.
Anything you're going to particularly focus on for your team for tonight?
Well, with the first game, it's just all the intangibles. We want to mix it up and compete and do the things that we've worked hard on all spring and summer. And as long as we do that, we're going to be in pretty good shape. So, with high school kids, there's such an unknown entity, unknown factor that comes into play, and you want to motivate and inspire and find the right buttons. But until they hit the field, you just don't know. And so we just hope to get out there and mix it up well and do the things that we've done well up to this point, and let everything else take care of itself.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected. Find the right solution for your business with Hood Canal Communications. We offer business phone service and systems, broadband and networking, cable TV, and digital music. Find the right fit for your business, and together we'll grow. Call or click today, 898-2481 or hcc.net. Hood Canal Communications, Mason County's premier communications service provider.
He's on his way. He doesn't even know that we're here. Is he okay? Please tell me he's okay.
Laura. Well, we're about ready to start here as the High Climbers won the toss and they elected to receive. And going back deep is Gregory Ginny. He'll be standing about his 5-yard line to receive the kickoff. Again, the High Climbers are in white. The Bulldogs are in their blue with black pants.
Kicking off
and kicking off is Taylor.
Back
wait a minute, hold on. 20. I have 22.
Gregory
I have Christian. No, that's the wrong one. 22. Yeah, Caleb Taylor. I got them backwards, Lim. So here we go. Get this season underway. Mason County Cup 2015, the fourth animal. And the kick is short, and it'll take a one hop. Picked up there, and going straight up to about the 35. And that was...
High Climbers take over right there.
2-4. I don't have a
4.
Yeah, I don't have
How about Kyle Kimball on that one? I thought it was Calvin Clark on the reception there, but
must have been 14.
The High Climbers are on their left column there, the opposite of what you're saying.
Oh, I see.
That's what it is. So before we even get a playoff, we have a whistle. And waiting for the ball boy to get off the field. And so here come the High Climbers. 1st and 10 from their own 35. Tyler Geraldus is a QB in the I formation.
The T's got to come off the field, too.
Oh, the T. Boy. Yeah, we have all kinds of first game issues.
The old assistant coaches down there shouting orders to the little guys. Yeah.
So a handoff goes
that's Willie Ruiz
to number 23, Willie Ruiz, and he's got a lot of room as he crosses the 50, and he's drug out of bounds by 3 Bulldogs. First guy there was Cole Reinhardt with the tackle for North Mason. It's a 1st and 10 in Bulldog territory for the High Climbers on the 42-yard line. So we're going to see a lot of that run from the High Climbers, Lim.
Yeah.
That's what they like to do. We see a lot of run in general tonight because both teams are run-oriented. The I formation again for the High Climbers. Geraldus under center. Little pass there going to the far side. Got a guy there. Complete, and that looks like it's... Oh, we lost it in the air in the end zone, but it fell on it. And that's a touchdown for Shelton, and they're on the board quickly. On the reception for Shelton, that was Kyle Kimball. 42-yard TD for the High Climbers, and it's 6-0, 11:33 to go here in the first quarter.
I was watching Tyler throw in warm-up, and if you're 6'4", you got to believe you're going to pass a little bit, so that he looked like he had a pretty good arm on him. And he showed it that time.
Well, you know, I should have seen that because they did that a couple of times in their jamboree, and they were very successful. I don't know why it doesn't click because I always think Shelton run, Shelton run, Shelton run. Oh, we're long, third and long, we'll pass. But that's a Matt Hinkle team. So the point after coming for the High Climbers. Cody Bragg will kick the extra point. Waiting for the snap. There's the snap spot and the kick.
Good.
It is good. So the High Climbers strike first. They lead 7-0, 11:33 to go in the first quarter. This is the Mason County Cup, 4th annual Mason County Cup. And wait a minute, we have a flag on the play, so we'll keep it right here. It's not good.
Well, I think it's going to be running into the kicker. Although,
You know, I was up here a couple days ago, Lynn, just to point it out, and there were no marks on this field. It looked completely different.
Yeah.
I do have video of it, but I can't get to it today. It's just interesting how things change when there's a game on the line.
Well, when you get closer to school,
well,
too.
Yeah, that's true.
Priorities of the maintenance people changes.
Well, and the field is beautiful. It's
Yeah,
green.
it is nice.
With our dry weather, you would think it would be a little brown, but it's well maintained up here in North Mason. So we're trying to figure out the flag here, because this is the first game for the officials as well. So they got to remind themselves of the rules, I'm sure.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be against.
Procedure call against the high climbers.
It's a false start for against the high climbers there. So if you're North Mason, you want to kick it again. Move them back and kick it again, right?
Yep. This is the first time I've been up here. This is kind of a nice area. You know, I mean, it's, I don't want to, it's a small town area, but a lot of beautiful scenery, a lot of the school and the facilities look like they're pretty good. And
well, they should be, because
they
remodeled the building behind us, which is now Hawkins Middle School. They have a new high school. They've done some excellent work on the other schools as well here in North Mason. So we'll get to kick another extra point. This time it's 5 yards further back, kind of where the pros are doing it now.
Yeah.
And here we go. There's the snap, the spot, and the kick. It is up.
It's good.
And no, it's not good. All right. So now it's 6-0. Shelton, 11:33 to go in the first quarter. This is the 2015, the 4th annual Mason County Cup on MasonWebTV.com, HCC.net, and Hood Canal Communications.
The Hood Canal Communications team helps keep you connected to your world via broadband, video, and voice.
For a limited time, get half off a new bundled broadband connection for 6 months and free installation, but without any contract.
With unlimited internet access from HCC, you can keep your multi-device, data-hungry family happy. Close the generation gap without any data caps.
Call or click today, 898-2481 or hcc.net.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
And we're back at Phil Pugh Stadium. 11:33 to go in the first quarter. It's 6-0 Shelton on top. They took their opening drive, was 65 yards in 2 plays. Topped off by a 42-yard TD pass to Kyle Kimball.
That's what you call efficient offense.
Yeah, something I was not expecting. I was more expecting the whole grind it out on the ground thing, but Coach Hinkle threw something out, and looky here. We're up 6-0.
Yeah.
With 23 seconds in the game. Into the game, I should say.
Well, they look like they got a pretty good running attack, and I know they got a tall quarterback that can throw the ball, so that helps their offense a lot.
Austin Williams and Kerry Reiners to receive.
So we got Austin Williams and Kerry Reiners back deep for the Bulldogs. And the kickoff. I didn't see who that was. 82, that's right. Cody Bragg to kick it off for the High Climbers. End over end kick that goes over the head and into the end zone. And that will be a touchback, so the Bulldogs will start out on their own 20.
Touchback, Bulldogs will get it 1st and 10.
I don't think that North Mason was ready for a kick over the head.
Yeah.
This camera that we have up here, I looked at some of the pictures, and they look like they're from somebody from
We
Shelton,
apologize for the
check your wallets,
the PA guy coming over, because we're right under a speaker. So you'll get to hear everything he says.
And he likes to talk.
And he does. He's a nice guy, though.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's coming. He left a few years ago, and now he's back.
Oh,
For some reason, I can't think of his name right now. But you always know by his signature, welcome dog fans, when you come up here. So the Bulldogs have their first possession, 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Quarterback for the Bulldogs is Preston Polton. He's a sophomore, 5'8". Young at the quarterback is what Coach Beavers told me in our pregame interview. And we're waiting for everything to set here.
Well, the referees are doing their job of slowing down the game, that's for sure.
As a conference at the 30-yard line.
We've had 2 plays, a kickoff, 2 kickoffs, and they've had 2 conferences already.
And out of all this, 1 penalty.
Yeah. Gee, Christmas.
And let's remind everybody, it's the guy in the white hat who's in charge.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're trying to discuss here. I got the white hat on. I get to call it.
Yeah.
So we have a late arriving crowd. Some Shelton fans have come over here to the home stands. If you look far across, and let's see if we can put that in the picture. Across the way, those are some of the Shelton fans and the visitors. Oh, there's another flag, and there's a false start on Shelton on that kickoff. So a couple of procedure calls here, penalty for both teams.
I'd like to remind everybody that for the Shelton fans grandstand is on the other side. And this side is reserved for North Mason fans.
That's great. But that's too bad. So I guess we're going to kick it again, Lim.
If it's full, you're more than welcome to stay right here, so welcome.
Wasn't there a movie a while back in the 80s where there were a couple of kids who always went to the other side of the visitors' stand to mix it up with the crowd?
When I was coaching, I always used to go to the other side too because I didn't want to listen to the morons in our side. You know, everybody's a coach.
Everybody knows
everybody's
better.
got an opinion,
Right.
and you know. So I used to go to the other side just to enjoy the game.
So we'll march it back 5 yards on the kickoff as a false start penalty on the high climbers on the kickoff. We still are 27 seconds into this game.
Cody Bragg
and it's
did
6-0
kick
Shelton.
climbers.
And the high climbers on their opening drive did score.
Terry Reiners and Matt Jones back for Bulldog.
And let's see what we can do now. Hopefully this is not going to be the pace of the game for the rest of the evening.
Gosh, I hope not.
Another end-over-end kick that is taken at the 25 on the far side. He's got some blockers ahead of him. And he'll plow his way near the 35, and that's where the Bulldogs will take over on their own 35-yard line. So let's do this again, Lynn, and get some offense going. 35-yard line for North Mason. 1st and 10. 6-0 Shelton. 11:27 to go here in the first quarter. The first drive for the Bulldogs. And this is going to be a triple option, usually run. And there is a handoff and just about a yard on the runner there, and I'm trying to find out who that is.
Cole Reinhardt up the middle.
16.
16, that's what I thought. That's
Brandon Young.
Brandon Young on the carry there.
Yep, good tackle.
Brought down by Kyle Kimball.
Why don't we just let the spotter in the booth do all our jumps for us?
A lot of times he has a different tackler than we do.
That's very true.
So that gives the fans two options.
All right, so it is now 2nd and 9. And a pitch, that one going almost lost. Oh, fumble on the play. And I believe the Bulldogs dove on that one. Let's see what the official call is. Looks like it is going to be a Bulldog ball.
Loss of about 10.
As that's your Terry Reiners was the runner, lost the handle on it, and a loss on the play. It's 3rd down and long.
18.
And what they're doing is, I think they're playing 4 down linemen, and then they have all these linebackers. Linemen are plugging up the blockers for North Mason, and then the backers just read the ball and go in and make the tackle. So the coaching staff's going to have to make a few adjustments on North Mason's side.
So it's 3rd and 18, and a little bit of a mix-up there on the handoff, and powering his way in. I'm going to say that is Cole Reinhardt. He's the only one that can run like that. And he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. Brings up 4th and 10 now.
Colton on the stop. That'll bring up 4th down for the Bulldogs.
So it's 4th and 10. And it looks like the Bulldogs are going to punt it away.
Tristan Mullins to punt.
Let's see here. We have Calvin Clark back to receive. Near the 30-yard line will be Clark and kicking it away. There is a snap and a punt, which is kind of a line drive punt. Taken on the run, but bobbled, and diving on it for North Mason is Tucker Johnson. That's Bulldog ball all the way up at the 36-yard line. for North Mason. That's as good as a long pass.
Yeah, well, he tried to run. It was, like you said, a line drive
Johnson
punt.
on that recovery.
And he tried to run before he got the ball, went right through his hands.
They're going to mark it right
Good
at
coverage
the
by
high climber
North
36.
Mason.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on the Shelton 36-yard line. 9:11 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 Shelton on top. North Mason knocking on the door. Well, not quite yet, but they're in the high climber territory. Handoff
Reinhardt up the middle.
to Reinhardt, trying to get around the right side, met
Short
by
gain on the play.
a host of high climbers. Maybe got a yard on that. Yard and a half, give him 2.
We coached the triple option in Hoquiam when I was there back in the 80s. And what you do is you kind of establish the fullback run up the middle, and then after they start keying on that, then you start running around the outside. You do the option to the tackle and the outside linebacker. So I think they're right now just kind of testing to see how strong Shelton is from tackle to tackle.
So 2nd and 8 from the 34. This time
Keeper by Preston.
Keeper Preston keeps it, and he's going to power his way
Across
to
the 25.
25, maybe the 24. That was Preston
That's
Polton
good for a
on the carry, the
First
QB powering his way.
Good balance
Graves
by him,
along
and
with Kyle
just
Kimball
kept
on
his
the
feet
stop.
moving and rolling with the tackles, and had a good game.
Yeah, Polton is 5'8", 180 pounds. Clock is wound on the first down. Approaching 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 Shelton on top. North Mason getting close. As it's 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. He'll keep it again, trying to get around the outside, spinning his way, stopped at the 20-yard line, stood up, and that's where they're going to mark it there. Nice run for Polton again.
Brought down by Tanner Rowe.
It'll be 2nd and 6.
Bring up 2nd down.
3 times now the high climbers have had a blitz going on, and 3 times North Mason went away from the blitz, which allowed them to gain good yardage on the runs.
7:20 to go in the first quarter. Clock is running. 2nd down and 6 from the 20-yard line for North Mason. That's the 20-yard line of Shelton. Handoff, it's the 3rd guy through, powering his way, trying to break some tackles and spinning his way near the first down yard line. That's Max Jones on the carry. Just enough for the first down. That's the 1st and 10 from the, looks like the 14-yard line.
Down by Colton Paul.
Well, the power and the strength of the
Ball's now marked
North
on
Mason
the
line must be to the right, because they've run all but one place
13-yard
to the
line.
right so far, and they've had good success. So, like they say, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
So approaching 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for North Mason on the Shelton. They're spotted on the 13-yard line. That time a handoff goes to number 44. That's Jacob Thiessen on the carry, going around the left side this time. Trying that left side this time, Lem.
Got a fight going on.
And then we had flags flying as we have some extracurricular activity.
Flag on the play.
Let's see what they're going to call here. Is it another conference, Lem?
Yeah, well, no. They have unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't know who it's on, but there were kids fighting in the background there downfield, and so they're probably determined, number one, who was the guilty partner. Was it both teams or just one team? And then also, if he's unsportsmanlike, he can get kicked out of the game,
right,
and he would have to sit out the next game. So, again, the referees are having their favorite discussion. They're in a huddle in a mud puddle.
Dead ball foul against the Bulldogs.
Oh, I call that against North Mason. So we'll mark that back 15 yards.
Conduct's a call.
And I think in high school now, if you get 2 of them in one game, you also get ejected. So it's one of those efforts to clean the game up.
Let's see where they're going to mark the ball after the penalty.
Well, it was a dead ball foul, so it'll go 15 yards
right
from the end point of the run.
So that'll bring it all the way back to the 27-yard
line.
line.
It'll be 2nd down and a whole bunch.
So it brings up second down for North Mason.
Now, no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say the clock is stopped at 6:46 to go here in the first quarter.
Now notice how the linebackers and the DBs for Shelton, notice how they line up strong side, and there's almost nobody on the other side. You see that, how in the middle?
So it's second and 27. No, 23 on the 27. And off it goes to the second guy through, and nearly blown up a couple of times, spun to the ground by the High Climbers on the tackle, Ben Monroe. And, I'm sorry, not Ben Monroe, but Michael Hackler on the tackle.
Well, Dave Paul was the one that made that goal. And
bring up third down.
So a loss on the play for North Mason.
I'm sorry, Dylan Paul. Dylan Paul was the he was the one that stunted right through the hole and knocked the guy back and knocked him off, and then his teammates came and took him down. Good play by the defense for Shelton.
So it's now 3rd and 25. Ball's on the 28-yard line of Shelton. North Mason with the ball. Pitch going to it and catching him in the backfield. Number 61, that's Michael Husky for the High Climbers. Another loss on the play. Sorry, that was out of shot. Big loss on the play, brings up 4th down and a mile.
34-yard line where it'll be 4th down for the Bulldogs.
So they're going to spot the ball on the 34-yard line.
Timeout, Bulldogs.
And we have a timeout on the field with 5:20 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 Shelton leads. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
And we're back, 5:20 to go here in the first quarter, 6-0 Shelton on top. North Mason has the ball. Excuse me, let me get this.
Oh, thank you.
Rubbing the microphone on your coat doesn't sound good.
Okay, we
so
need
the
Peterson also
the Bulldogs will be, looks like they're going to be punting with a 4th and 30. The ball's on the 34.
Yeah.
See if they can't pin the High Climbers deep.
Well, one of the things that the North Mason really needs to work on is punt coverage. Even though they fumbled, the Highlanders fumbled the last one, he did have room to run if he had. No, they kick it.
That one's going to go into the end zone.
Yeah.
Almost hit the goal line though. So that'll be a touchback for Shelton. 5:14 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0.
Bulldog Booster
Shelton on top. Then they have the second possession of the ball game coming up.
And we'd like to give out some
first possession went,
Olympia
well,
Federal Savings,
what was it, 50, 60, 65 yards and 2 plays for a quick score for Shelton to have their 6-0 lead.
BCE Engineers, Scott McClendon's, S&S Security.
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear
you. I'm sorry. So we'll do our best to. So it's 1st and 10 for Shelton on their own 20-yard line. 5:14 to go here in the first quarter. They have a 6-0 lead. Quick little pass, screen pass out, it's complete. And on the run, slipping one tackle, getting the first down across the 30 is Kyle Kimball on the reception. So it's the first down.
As we've seen the 3 plays that Shelton has had, passing can be a great equalizer or give you a great advantage, especially if you have the speed on the outside and the other team doesn't have that speed.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line now. Clock is running, approaching 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Shelton on top, move the thing into the play. Under center, and a handoff straight up the middle, and collapsed in there. That was Tanner Rhodes on the carry for Shelton. Got 3, brings up a second down.
Now here's what's going to happen. Shelton's going to do. They're going to put 2 people flanked out left or right, and you're going to see that there's going to be a guy at the end of the line and a D-back that's there, and they're going to, one of those guys is going to block this D-back out here, and they're going to try to hope that the other guy will miss the tackle and they'll go.
So offset I formation for the High Climbers. Quick little pass
go.
again, other side this time.
There you go.
And Kimball makes his way near midfield.
Yep.
And another first down for Shelton.
See, all he has to do is make that one guy miss, and if that one guy misses, he's got a big gainer.
High climber first down.
They can actually spot him way back to the 43-yard line. But still first down for Shelton. Clock is running with 4:15 to go in the first quarter. 6-0, Shelton on top. High Climbers have the ball. Receiver on each side. Offset I formation again. Geraldus under center. He'll hand it off, and this time it goes to Willie Ruiz, and he gets across midfield, and now well into Bulldog territory, but they flag back near the line of
call against the High Climbers.
And there's a holding call.
Tell you what, the High Climbers right now are a well-oiled machine. They are doing just about anything they want to do. They look good on offense. They really do. They have a lot of ways they can attack you with the pass and the run, and they can keep you off balance if they play smart.
So a discussion between the referee and North Mason players. A holding call.
All the folks that came out and played.
So we'll mark it back.
20 groups. We had
10 yards from the spot of the foul.
88 people come out and play. Great fundraising.
And we'll put it back near the, let's see, it'll be on the 37-yard line.
After penalty,
so first down.
Our first down in about 16. Ball's on the High Climber 37.
Okay, we'll go with that. 3:56 to go here in the first quarter, 6-0. Shelton on top, the High Climbers have the ball. Geraldus is setting up the offense. Clock is started. Offset I formation again with a receiver on each side. Man in motion. That's Hackler, a pitch. That one goes to Pollard. Pollard patiently runs his way near the midfield mark, and there is a marker down in the secondary.
49-yard line.
Penalty.
Yeah, there's a penalty flag on the play.
Sterling McIntosh along with Dante Perot on the stop. There's a flag on the play.
See what another use of the hand.
Against the High Climbers.
Use of the hands against the High Climbers again.
You know, and the sad part about it is they don't have to do that stuff. You know, they're making 10, 15 yards on a crack, and they don't have to do it. They just have to play smart football.
And I'm sure that's what Coach Hinkle's saying on the other side of the field.
He'll let his feelings be known at halftime.
If not before.
Huh?
If not before. So it's like we do this again. And it'll be first and about 14 from the 39.
First down in about 14 or so.
Looks like
High Climber 39.
Shotgun this time. 4 receivers set. 1 man beside Geraldus. He'll just step up and run. He's got a lot of running room. Avoids 1 tackle. He dives for near the midfield marker.
50-yard line.
He just kind of juked Cole Reinhardt out of his shoes out there.
Sterling McIntosh on the
Well, they had 2 guys wide. They went downfield. He had 2 backs that were going out to the sideline, and the middle was wide open. And he made a decision real quick.
So it brings up second down and 5 yards to go for the first down. Ball is at the 49-yard line, just shy of midfield. Clock is running with 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 6-0, Shelton on top with the ball at midfield at Phil Pugh Stadium. It looks like Geraldus will go back in the shotgun with 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Little dump off pass to Pollard. Pollard has got some running room off the far side, and he'll slip out of bounds near the 40-yard line. And there's another flag on the play. So if you're a Bulldog fan, maybe you're saying, well, it might be all the flags. That's why they're running all over the place. All the penalties. See which.
It's got to be holding.
Yep.
Holding's a call against the high climbers.
So every time they start moving the ball, it's another flag on the field,
And again, it's penalties that Shelton doesn't need to have. All they need to do is get in front of those guys and block them out. And their runners, once that guy caught the ball, he was free down the sideline, and they didn't have to do that stuff. But anyway, they're moving the ball, and they've got the lead. So, boy.
so it brings up second down, and it looks like 11 now. Ball is spotted at the 42-yard line. You know, they're making some progress incrementally down the field. I'm sorry.
Way to be positive, Diedrich.
Shotgun again for Geraldus.
Gosh.
The receiver, he's going to swing out. He's got a guy out there complete. Oh, no, it's incomplete. It drops out of the hands. Intended receiver was Michael Hackler. Couldn't hold on, and that's 3rd and 11. 2.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
You know, one thing I like about this quarterback, he makes a decision quick. He doesn't sit there and, you know, whatever. If he's going to pass, he's going to pass. If he's going to run, he's going to run. If he's going to roll out, he's rolling out, always keeping his head down or his eyes downfield. And you know, he hit the last target, should have hit right on the nose.
So Geraldus is a junior, 6'4", 193. Another shotgun, straight back drop, little pressure, dumps it off in the middle. Nobody was looking to receive that screen pass. And the 4th down now.
Lineman got in the way.
Well, those big linemen.
Yep.
So it brings up 4th and 11. Ball is still at the 42-yard line. Tristan Mullins will go back and stand around his 22-yard line for North Mason, and there's a flag on this play as well. Didn't see that. There's a flag right there in the middle of the, all the players.
Flag on that last play.
Wow. Are we ever going to get out of this first quarter? 2 minutes, 29 seconds on the clock. 6-0 is their score. Shelton on top. They have the ball, and pending the penalty, it's either at 4th down and 11 or 3rd down and whatever.
See, this should not happen. The referee should be in better control. They don't have to have you know, it's either holding or not holding. What are they going to do?
Illegal touching of the ball.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
They got to take some lessons from the quarterback and make some quick decisions.
So after all that, the penalty was declined of an illegal touching. And that'll bring up 4th and 11 for the high climbers as the Bulldogs will decide to decline that penalty.
Donnell Peterson.
And the high climbers are expecting them to mark off the penalty.
Donnell Peterson. Thank you. It's 4th down now for the high climbers.
And the high climbers are going to punt it away.
Colton Pollard.
Looks like Pollard is the punter.
Tristan Mullins to receive.
I'm just hoping this quarter gets over by 8:30.
Low snap. Nice punt, though. Hang time. And it's taken at the 22 and gets up to the 25.
Mullins. Short game on the play.
Mullins gets it up near the 26-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will take over on their own 26.
Dylan Graves on the stop for the high climbers.
2 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 Shelton on top. But the Bulldogs have the ball back.
See, now it's real important that the Bulldogs do something offensively, if nothing else, just to keep their defense off the field. I mean, they've played all but about, 5 or 6 plays, and they need to,
like to join up and support all the
they need to get some offense generated.
That the boosters do. They have listed
So 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line for North Mason. Preston Polton handed off the first guy through, full guy back, fighting his way maybe for a couple of yards. Cole Reinhardt on the carry there. Got near the 30, they're going to mark it at the 29.
That's part of the triple offense, though. You just got to keep ramming that fullback up there and getting him to start you know, jumping on him, and then you start running around the court. I remember when we were at Hoquin, we had a fullback that we just ran to death the first half. Second half, we just ran around the outside. Not that they're going to do that, but that's the way it usually works if they're successful.
So a whistle before the play gets underway.
It's got to be legal procedure. Oh, I guess not.
Don't see any laundry out there.
Oh. Okie dokie.
All right, 1:41 on the clock in the first quarter. A keeper on that one.
Christopher Polter
And
with the keeper out across the 35-yard line.
Polton is he just kind of lets the play come to him. I've noticed as he's running, he's just spinning and keeping his feet.
Yeah, he just keeps working, and you know, it just keeps his feet going. And number 78's.
Yeah, we have a down Bulldog.
Yeah, take a look at your program there.
And that's Nick Marsh is the down Bulldog.
Boy, I tell you what, and I commented on this last year. The coaches for North Mesa are so lucky because they have it looks like they have just a separate athletic training staff, and that kid goes down, there's 3 or 4 people on him right away, and I'm sure one of them is a certified athletic trainer, and they just give him good attention. The coach doesn't have to really be involved in making a decision of whether he's hurt or not hurt, and they get him going.
Oh, they got him on his feet.
Yep, they do. Good job by the training staff.
And he's coming off the field under his own power. He's going to jog off now. You know, first game, a little, maybe he got the wind knocked out of him, maybe a little bit of a Charlie horse.
Out of shape.
Well, you know, though they've been practicing pretty hard. And I watched some of their practice a couple days ago.
Third down for the Bulldogs in about 2.
So it's after all that, we're still in the first quarter. It's a minute 16 on the clock. 6-0 Shelton with the lead. North Mason with the ball. They have a 3rd and 2 on their own 35-yard line. And now we'll wind the clock. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to, or sorry, the High Climbers are going to go come after it, and it's a handoff. That time it looked like it's Caleb Taylor was it Jones.
Looks like
Jones.
you got a first down, or close.
Very close to the first down marker.
Ball's out to about the 38.
And they'll give him the first down.
It's good for another Bulldog. First down.
So 1st and 10 for North Mason on their own 38-yard line. Minute 6 to go here in the first quarter. And the Bulldogs will break the huddle. Clock is running under a minute now. Bolton will hand it off, and fighting his way is that's Jones again. Just can't find a big seam there.
They will. They'll keep working it. And their backs never stop running. They always are striving for more yardage.
So it's a 2nd down and 8 from the 40-yard line now for North Mason. 30 seconds and counting on the clock here in the first quarter. 6-0 Shelton on top. North Mason with the ball. Bulldogs will break the huddle. Fulton will go under center again. First guy through is Reinhardt.
Cole Reinhardt up the middle.
Just fighting his way for every inch that he gets, and he's getting them 2 at a time.
Now
that's
also,
yards.
Yep. Also notice that the linebackers have come up closer, and the D-backs are coming up closer, so they'll start using their passing game.
So that'll do it for the first quarter. 6-0 Shelton on top of North Mason in the 4th annual Mason County Cup after 1 quarter. We'll be right back with the second quarter.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
cars. They're right
So we're back
next
here
to
waiting for the start of the second
corners out
quarter.
there. As you walk around, you'll see them.
Shelton
So make
6,
sure you
North
stop in
Mason
there.
nothing.
Help those
Italy
folks
3rd
out,
and
too.
8 when
I
the
love
second
popcorn.
quarter
I heard
starts
it's
for
really
the
good here.
Bulldogs. It was 3rd and 8 from the 43, and they haven't moved the chains or anything, Lynn. This refereeing crew is, I'm not sure what they're doing here.
I'm sure they'll tell you they got everything under control.
Well, I'm sure they do. Now they're going to spot the ball as we change ends. So now the Bulldogs in their blue will be going right to left. 3rd and 8 as we wait for the start of the second quarter. 6-0 Shelton on top. And the High Climbers did it quickly.
Start the second quarter.
With on 2 plays.
6 from their own 40.
So it's a 3rd and, well, I'm going to say that's more like 6. And second guy through this time, getting around, trying to get to the outside, being spun down. Let's see here, that's Michael Hackler on the tackle. Reiners, it was the carrier, and that'll bring up 4th down. Forward progress puts him near the line of scrimmage.
And you can see, you saw by that play, Shelton is just playing a little bit faster than North Mason is. They got guys, there was a big hole there coming off the left tackle, and all of a sudden when the linebackers came up and stuffed the runner, he had a lot of room, but Shelton got there quicker.
And it's punting time for the Bulldogs with a 4th and 5. Mullins will take another low snap. Another line drive kick. That Jenny will pick up on the run, and there's a flag on the play at the end of the play.
That was Austin Williams on the stop for the Bulldogs.
So it's we played it second, Lim. And,
unbelievable.
And I didn't see if there was a call yet or signal yet. And what was that? What was that?
It was a personal foul on Shelton.
Okay. That wasn't very dramatic. Kind of like he didn't really, on the signal, he didn't really.
Well, see, I don't know why all 4 of them are. There's only one flag. It's personal foul. It goes from the end of the run back 15 yards.
Well, in this case, half the distance.
Or half the distance, yeah. So I mean,
because the ball's over there on the 21-yard line.
Yeah.
So Shelton will be pushed back into deep into their territory. See if they can get some positive yards without penalties on this trip, if we can ever get the play going.
Personal foul against the High Climbers.
So we finally figured that out. You and I seem to figure it out quicker than they did.
I don't mean to be critical, but I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, you know, think back, because once you go through a full season, all the referees are in their stride. This is the first game for them too.
If you're trying to make me understand, you're not doing
well, I'm just giving you my opinion here. So they'll put the ball on the 11-yard line, so Shelton will start there on their own 11 with the 1st and 10. Looks like we have an offset eye again for Tyler Geraldus and company, a receiver on each side. There's the handoff.
Willie Ruiz.
And that is, Willie Ruiz. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah.
Brought down by
trying to dance his way forward. And the one thing I noticed when I watched the High Climbers a week ago is in their jamboree is the offensive line does make good holes. And it's up to those runners to hit those holes in time. But we're seeing something different here. So 2nd and 10 from the 11. for Shelton. We'll try it again. Different runner this time.
Again.
Is it a Ruiz or is it? Oh, he lost the ball. And let's see what happens there. I think the Bulldogs might have it. No, it stays with the High Climbers. That was Kyle Kimball on the carry, I believe.
Ball came out after he was down.
Well, they were saying it was down before
Short gain on
the ball came out. And that's third down and 9.
Third down and about 9.
From the 12-yard line for Shelton. Deep in their own territory. We know that they can go quickly. The High Climbers can. So again, the offset I for Giraldus. Quick little pass out. It's complete out there and up the far sidelines and making his way to near the 25-yard line is Michael Heckler on the far side.
I'll just see if I'm right there. Shelton's offense is pretty predictable. When they have single men out on the wide receivers, they don't pass. When they have 2 guys out, they pass. So I've been watching that for the last couple series, and now watch, they'll prove me wrong.
That's what they do, don't they?
Yeah.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line for Shelton. Giraldus will send to 2 to the near side. And the pitch goes to Ruiz, trying to get around the edge. And a nice tackle, open field tackle by Cole Reinhardt at the 32-yard line.
Holding preliminary call against
But again, a flag on the...
Well, it's a crackback block on one of the wide receivers. Illegal block, I guess.
So this is what we had the last series with the High Climbers. Start gaining some yards, march it back by a penalty.
Yeah.
And we're still discussing things. So we're going to march backwards here. I'll just tell you, Lim, first games are usually slow.
Holding against the High Climbers.
And I finally get the call.
The 10-yard penalty.
On the crackback block, if I'm the guy here and this guy's going to block me, if he hits me like that, that's clipping. If he hits me like that, that's okay.
Okay.
And the guy didn't have his face, he didn't turn.
So that'll put the ball back at the 15-yard line for a first and about 20 here for the High Climbers. 9:23 to go here in the second quarter. 6-0 Shelton on top. It's like the same, well, we got, pretty much the same formation that the High Climbers like to use. Man in motion. That was Dylan Graves. Handoff to Ruiz again. He's making his way up to the 25-yard line. Brings up second down and about 11. Now the clock is moving now.
Yeah.
The High Climbers don't seem to be in any hurry here.
Well, they're very, very capable of striking real quick,
Right.
as we saw in the first 6 to 7 seconds.
He's got 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side, and a shotgun. A little bit of pressure.
Giraldi's with the pass.
And Giraldi's complete in the middle there. That's Heckler up across the 40 and a first down.
To Michael Heckler.
So the High Climbers are on the march.
Austin Williams.
Despite the pressure by Cody Myrick from the Bulldogs, it's like he couldn't quite get to Giraldus in time before he threw that ball. So it brings up a 1st and 10 from the 43 for Shelton. 8 minutes, 10 seconds, and counting on the clock in the second quarter. High Climbers do have the lead and the ball. Near hash mark, 2 receivers on this side. 1 lone receiver on the far side. I formation. Handoff That
Willie
goes
Ruiz.
to, actually, that was Colton Pollard on the carry for
Across midfield
Shelton,
down to about the
getting near the
44-yard line of
44 of North Mason. See, that's more like what I saw last week, Lim.
Brought down by Austin
Yeah.
Knight. Along with Austin Williams.
And you got climbers in front of us doing their chants. The 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line, and we have a timeout by North Mason, so we'll step aside here.
Bulldog.
7:50 to go in the second quarter, 6-0 Shelton, and the High Climbers are driving on North Mason in the 2015 Mason County Cup from Phil Pugh Stadium in Belfair.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected. Find the right solution for your business with Hood Canal Communications. We offer business phone service and systems, broadband and networking, cable TV, and digital music. Find the right fit for your business, and together we'll grow. Call or click today, 898-2481 or hcc.net. Hood Canal Communications, Mason County's premier communications service provider.
And we're back, second quarter action, 7:50 to go here in the first half. 6-0 Shelton on top. High Climbers have the ball with the 1st and 10 on the North Mason 44-yard line. Looks like the Bulldogs are a little backed up on their heels a little bit, and Coach Beavers decided to take a timeout to reorganize his guys. And the High Climbers will go with another offset eye with 2 receivers on the far side. Short drop, gonna go long, and overthrowing
incomplete, intended for
Gabe Arena.
Boy, if
Incomplete.
if it had kept running, he might have had it. He just slowed down, and they weren't on the same page there.
Well, it looked like, in my opinion, it looked like the first for Geraldus, the first is to go out to the screen. He looked there, didn't see it, and he went long with the guy, and then I don't think that's been done much.
I think what they were doing is trying to force that guy to come up because they've been doing it so much, and then he was going to go for the home run.
This is a straight I formation for the High Climbers. Hand off the first guy through, powering his way through is Tanner Rhodes, and he powers his way to the, looks like the 37-yard line of North Mason. Bringing up 3rd down and short. Well, like we said in the opening, Lim, you expect out of Shelton run, pass if it's a long yard, long situation, but this is not the way it's been tonight. Kind of mixing it up a little bit more with a little more pass than I expected.
Well, and also they're shooting themselves in the foot with penalties.
So it's 3rd and 3 from the 37-yard line of North Mason. Shotgun formation. Dump off. Quick slant to Rena. Rena good. Avoids one tackler. Gets to the 25-yard line before he's brought down by a pack of Bulldogs. But it's first down.
Yeah, they're using the real quick pass outside, and then they're letting up to the receiver to find a hole somewhere and get upfield.
That's the other thing I noticed in the Jamboree is it worked well is those quick little passes.
Yep. Well, if you got a passer that can do that, if you got a quarterback that can do that, and then you got a good running attack, you're pretty unstoppable if you do everything right.
6:45 to go in the half. 6-0 Shelton, and they are marching towards the goal line with the ball and the lead. Geraldus is making some signals to his guys, and he's got to get it snapped. I formation again. Short drop, looking over to the near side, throws it in, nearly intercepted, but incomplete. Jumping in there, number 25 was Austin Williams breaking up that play. And there is a flag again near the line of scrimmage.
Defense by Austin Williams.
See, it's real easy. If that guy on the other side is throwing the flag, it's got to be offside or illegal procedure. And so I don't understand why they're checking with each other, because it doesn't make any sense.
And one guy has to decide that that's the right call, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why 4 of them are standing there. if it's offside, if it's illegal procedure, it was before the snap, so the snap doesn't count. You move it back 5 yards.
Right.
If it
Personal foul,
face mask
against the Bulldogs.
Wow. That was a lot of conversation for that one.
Yeah.
And how does a guy on the far side see this face mask when the play was over here?
It must have been something on the wide receivers on the other side.
Okay.
I guess.
So that'll give the the High Climbers actually a first down. Up to the 12-yard line. It's first and 10 from there for Shelton. The High Climbers started quickly and have been kind of slowed by penalties on them, and now the Bulldogs are helping them out.
This has definitely been a flag-laden football game.
So first and 10 from the 12-yard line. Shelton on top with the lead in the ball. Handoff. That goes to Colton Poller. Gets up near the 11, actually.
Along with Sterling McIntosh.
And 9. Clock is running with 6 minutes to go in the half. 6-0 is our score. Shelton on top. And with the ball. It's like a full house backfield for the High Climbers. Geraldus under center. And off to number 23. I'm sorry, not 23. It's 32. That's Colton Poller. Fighting his way to the 5.
I'm real interested. I've been watching this number 24 for the North Mesa guy. He is 5'4", and I'll tell you what, he is just coming in there lacing people. He is a good hitter, doing a good job. He's a safety, and then they got another linebacker on this side, or D-back, Austin Williams. Those guys are coming up.
This is Ruiz fighting his way near the goal line. Stopped short of the goal line. I think he does have enough for a first down, though. So it'll be first and goal coming with under 5 minutes to go here in the half.
Brought down by Brody Knapp.
They'll spot the ball. And the 2, it's a first down.
2.
So first and goal for Shelton on the North Mason 2-yard line. High Climbers are leading 6-0 and are knocking on the door. Winding the clock here. Under 5 minutes to go in the half. Same formation. Poller at the end of the line, and it'll be a touchdown run by number 7. That's Tanner Rose. And the score is now 12-0. So here we are. It's odd to me that the High Climbers are over on this side of the field. It just is, because you don't really hear. You're not used to hearing Climber power when you're in North Mason on their home stands.
I got another word for it, but I'll wait till we're in the break.
Okay, so the High Climbers are going to go for 2, leading 12-0 after the 2-yard touchdown run. So handoff goes to Ruiz. He dives in there for 2, and it's now 14-0.
Ruiz with the 2-point conversion.
For Shelton on top. 4:40 to go in the half.
4 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the second quarter.
And we'll take a timeout. Come back with a kickoff next here on MasonWebTV.com, HCC.net, and Hood Canal Communications.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Mason High School Athletics.
And we're back here with 4:40 to go in the second period, the second quarter. 14-0 Shelton on top of North Mason in the 4th annual Mason County Cup. High Climbers do lead the series 2-1. And that's been a kind of an interesting
tours of
road
the new
here
high
on
school
the
start at 5
Mason County
p.m.
Cup.
with a
This will be the
banquet
second
and
time up here in
ceremony to follow at
North
6.
Mason this game's been played.
I would invite all of you parents,
And the High Climbers are
taxpayers,
waiting
come
to
out and
kick
see
off.
what we have here. It is fantastic. I was fortunate enough to get a little tour
We have
last week.
Terry Reiners
You're not
back
gonna
deep for
believe
North
it.
Mason,
It's
along
wonderful.
with
And thank you,
Austin
voters
Williams.
and taxpayers. This high school is fabulous.
And let's see here. Kicking it off is Cody
Bragg
Bragg
to kick
for Shelton. High Climbers lead 14-0, 4:40 to go here in the half. There's a run up and a kick. Deep kick that is taken at the 15-yard line by Williams. Williams to the 20, 25, 30. Got some seams. Runs right into a guy at the 34-yard line. And who was that on the tackle that he ran into? I think it's 34. It's Gage Peterson, I believe, on the tackle.
And he was the last guy before he ran all the way.
Gage Peterson. They'll be Bulldogs
So first and 10 from the 34-yard line for North Mason.
Well, I will tell you this. This is probably the most important series for North Mason because they receive the kick in the second half. And if they can, in 4 minutes and 32 seconds, can score, they'll be in good shape.
A little bad pitch there, and diving on it and saving the ball is Mac Jones. Bad pitch was a little bit low by Preston Polton. Kind of got a little bothered by some pressure by the High Climbers because in there on the blitz, it looked like it was Alan Cohen. Looked like he was blitzing on that play.
That's not the way you want to start it.
No, that's very true. Clock is running, approaching 4 minutes to go here in the half. 14-0 Shelton on top. And it brings up second down and 18. Ball's all the way back at the 25-yard line, North Mason. And a keeper there, getting 8 yards, 9 yards up to the 35-yard line. Brings up third down
Brought
for
down
North
by
Mason.
Tanner Rhodes and Dylan Paul.
And let's see, we have another injured player. This time a High Climber is slow to get up. It's one of the big men in the middle. Dylan Payment. It's the guy hobbling off here.
And there goes the athletic staff. Athletic trainers. God love them. They're right on them, even though they're from the other team.
About 9.
Looks like Matt Mallory will replace him on the lineup for Shelton. It's 3rd and 9 from the 35-yard line for North Mason. Clock is starting to run again. It's 3:25 to go here in the half. Handoff to Reinhardt. Reinhardt piles his way near the first down marker. Might be a yard short, though. Maybe 2.
Tanner Rhodes, gain of about 7 on the play.
3:10 and counting here in the half. 14-0 Shelton on top.
And they're going to go for it.
You got to at this point.
They'll bring up 4th down and a short 2.
So the ball spotted at the 43-yard line of North Mason. 4th and 2. A reminder that coming up at halftime here, we'll be talking to North Mason Superintendent Dana Rosenbach about all the exciting stuff. Big hole there, and you're breaking them off and into the open field. Preston Polton with a touchdown run for North Mason. And they, High Climbers, had him stopped in the middle. And the Bulldogs are finally on the board with a 57-yard run for a TD.
That's just because they every time their ball carriers have run the ball, they kept their feet going and they just keep moving forward, and whatever happened, and he just broke right out of the pile and ran for a touchdown. Good, excellent effort by Polton.
So the point after is coming for North Mason. 2:36 to go here in the half. Now what do we have here? We have a timeout by North Mason.
Bulldogs.
All right,
folks. I started to mention about that October 3rd first annual wall of honor.
We don't want that.
The 2015
Okay, so we're going to take a
honorees
timeout here as the Bulldogs called a timeout, and they're on the board. 14-6 is our
some
score
really
right now.
classic
2:36 to go
people
here in
and
the half.
Longtime Bulldogs.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Shoemaker Chiropractic is sponsoring
The Bulldogs call a timeout after a big run by
first annual Wall of
Preston
Honor.
Polton for
So,
a
Brandon
touchdown,
Shoemaker,
and a
thank
point
you
after
very
coming
much.
for North Mason here. And Caleb Taylor, excuse me, will kick the point after the touchdown. 2:36 here to go in the half. The clock is obviously stopped here with the point after attempt. There's the snap, the spot, and the kick. It's up. Is it good?
Kick is up.
It is good.
It's good.
Now we will take another
2:36 to
timeout.
go in the first
So 2:36 to go here
Your
in
score.
the second
Shelton
quarter.
Climbers
14 Shelton,
North Mason Bulldogs
7 now on the board
7.
for North Mason.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected. Find the right solution for your business with Hood Canal Communications. We offer business phone service and systems, broadband and networking, cable TV, and digital music. Find the right fit for your business, and together we'll grow. Call or click today, 898-2481 or hcc.net. Hood Canal Communications, Mason County's premier communications service provider.
And we're back. 2:36 to go here in the half. 14 for Shelton. North Mason finally on the board with 7. And the Bulldogs will kick it off to the High Climbers.
If you do plan on going, those tickets are
Let's
only
see
$30. Includes a tour of the high school. So
We've got
you wanna come
Gregory
out and honor,
Jenny.
Again, Coach Phil Pugh, Coach
Let's
Ed
see
Eby,
here.
and the
Michael
1983
Hackler.
state champion Bulldog football team. So this
Back
is
deep.
Really cool. So I hope we can
For Shelton.
pack that place.
Standing on about the 10-yard line. That would be Gregory Jenny is the guy back deep. Bulldogs have it teed up at the 40.
Caleb Taylor to kick off.
And Caleb Taylor will do the kicking.
Michael Hacker, Gregory Jenny deep.
There's a kick. It's a high end over end kick that is taken at the 18-yard line. Getting to the outside and smacking him out of bounds. Colton Poller on the return.
43-yard line, or 44.
And it's gonna spot the ball at the 44-yard
Brought
line.
down by Caleb Taylor.
I am telling you,
It'll be first and 10 for the
I am
High Climbers.
thoroughly impressed with these little guys on North Mason's team. They come and they just smack these big guys right in the mouth. And I mean, they get up, they get up and they just come back. What a great effort they give. Just amazing.
Now we have to get the tee off the field again. So it's first and 10 for Shelton on their own 44-yard line. 2:29 to go here in the second quarter. High Climbers do lead 14-7. Shotgun again. Quick pass, slant pass, complete to Hackler. Hackler upended at the 45-yard line. Nice big hit, and that was one of those little guys again. That was Dante Perot on the hit there. Upended Hackler on that one.
5'6", 150.
And hits like a Mack truck, obviously.
And look at who's not getting
Yeah,
up.
I know. Poor Michael
Boy.
Hackler down there on the field. He took the brunt of that.
This coaching staff in North Mason has done a great job in coaching their secondary people. Whoever's the one in charge of that deserves a good pat on the back rather, because these guys are little. I mean, talking about 5'4", 5'4", 5'6", and they're just coming up and smacking people on the kickoff. That there was one of them that came up and just
stood him up on the sidelines.
stood him up, yes. And then this guy here, he's not getting up because one of those other 5'4" guys knocked him over. I mean, it's really neat to see.
And he's up now.
He's got to come out for a play.
Yeah, he does. They're telling him he wants to go back and play, though.
He probably
Coach, I want to play.
Doesn't know where he's going.
No, he knew exactly where he's going. So it is, the play was enough for a first down. It is 1st and 10 from the North Mason 45-yard line for Shelton, on top by 7, 14-7 with 2:22 to go here in the second quarter for first half play. Mason County Cup. 3 receivers on the near side for the High Climbers. Shotgun, handoff. That one goes to Ruiz, and he will battle his way near, getting maybe 3 yards on that one.
Brought down by Alex Hollis.
Now, Willie's not a very big young man. He's a 5'5", but 171.
Tyler Thomas is a defensive end, and he ran right in the backfield. And if it had been anybody but that guy carrying the ball, he would have tackled him. Oh, man.
I guess we have a timeout on the field. 2:03 to go here in the half, 14-7.
Hey, Tom.
And we will step aside, and we'll be right back.
Wednesday.
So I've come up with the family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So there wasn't a timeout. There was a flag on the play, Lim, and it was unsportsmanlike conduct by Shelton, so that'll march it back a bit. I thought there was a timeout by the way everybody was acting here.
Well, somebody did call timeout because these guys are on the sideline, so it has to be a timeout.
So we'll march it back 15 yards. Yeah, maybe. As I say, maybe.
Well, there's 3 or 4 of them talking about it. Yes.
You know, I could have taken 2 breaks here. Could have taken another 30-second timeout here. The way this is going, Lim, it's 2:03 on the clock in the second quarter. 14-7 is our score. Shelton on top with the ball, but they are marching backwards now.
Ball will be moved back to the Climber 43.
And that'll put the ball on the 43-yard line of Shelton now.
Be second down.
It'll be second and a ton. It's like 22 yards. Shotgun formation for Giraldus. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Guy standing to Giraldus's left is Colton Pollard.
Oh, look they got 3 receivers on the right.
Yep.
And
they'll wind the clock. Waiting for the snap. There it is. Quick over, dump out in the middle, complete. Getting near the 47-yard line, and that is Kyle Kimball on the catch. Brings up 3rd and about 11.
Well,
Clock is running.
It's real important that North Mason stopped them here because they'll have the momentum going in after they were down by 14 and they scored, and then they'll get the kickoff. They'll receive the kickoff in the second half.
So the ball's on the 47-yard line. They call it 12 yards to go for first down. 3rd down. Shotgun again. Throw it over. Quick slant, and the receiver never looked back. The intended target there was Tanner Rhodes, and he never looked at the receiver, the quarterback.
Yeah, just a real short, quick pass, and the receiver and the quarterback weren't on the same page.
So is that 3rd down or 4th down?
Timeout, High Climbers.
It's 4th down. High Climbers will call a timeout.
4th down.
We will step aside for a bit. 1:20 to go here in the second quarter, 14-7. Here's our score. Shelton on top in the Mason County Cup.
Get your ass. You're not in here. Yes, I am. Move.
No, ow.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh, you got...
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
So 4th and 12 coming for Shelton with 1:20 to go here in the half. And were you going to say something, Lem?
Well, I was just going to say, real key that North Mason stops here, whether they run or pass, so they can take over and stop the momentum of Shelton, because if Shelton scores or gets a first down, it might be the impetus for them to go in and score before halftime.
But it looks like the High Climbers are going to punt it away.
Oh, yeah, they are. That's surprising.
Colton Poller is back to kick, and back to receive is Tristan Mullen. There's the punt. It's high, end over. Oh, it's spinning, spiraling. How fair a catch called for. Bobbled there. The ball's loose. Who gets it? And it'll be High Climber ball. On the muffed punt receptor.
Ball.
So Shelton gets another shot at this with a 1st and 10 on the North Mason 23-yard line.
The worst thing that could have happened for North Mason.
Yeah.
Well,
High Climbers get the ball back with 1:12 to go in the half. And they do have a 7-point lead, 14-7. Giraldus brings him out of the huddle. Goes in that power eye formation with Poller at the top of the eye, the guy in the furthest back. A little fake and a keeper on Giraldus. He'll get a screen or a block and fight his way near the 10 and a flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play.
It's got to be holding.
And it's a hold on Shelton.
By Alex Hollis. Preliminary call holding against the High Climbers.
This just seems the way the High Climbers have gone this evening. They start moving the ball, and then there's a holding penalty, and backwards they go.
So you can always tell, too, in the middle of the field, there's either a holding, usually a holding by the offense. If somebody on the outside calls it, it's usually, offside or one of the wide receivers clipped or held or whatever. Something happened on the outside.
Right.
And then if it happens back, then it was pass interference or something.
So 44 seconds to go here in the half.
Holding was the call.
High Climbers have a first down and probably about 20 yards.
Moves it out to about the Bulldog 29.
Close to 20. Looks like it's going to be 17. Spot the ball near the 25-yard line.
Again, the High Climbers have things going their way, and they shoot themselves in the foot.
So wind the clock with 43 seconds and counting. Shotgun for Giraldus. 2 receivers on each side. Back to pass, looks over to the left, throws for the post. Got it, touchdown. And a touchdown to Skylar Ross for Shelton. 31 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Skylar Ross with a reception.
And there's no flags.
Well, that's a good thing. So it makes it to 20-7 now. Point after coming. And Cody Bragg is on to kick the point after. And another timeout by Shelton with 31 seconds to go here in the half, and the High Climbers are up 20-7 with the point after coming. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
It's 5.
Do you think he's on his way? He doesn't even know that we're here. Is he okay? Please tell me he's okay.
Laura.
Okay, try to call him again.
There's no signal.
Try.
Nothing's working.
Well, just
Everything's down.
This is so bad. He's out there by himself.
Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov.
Now we're waiting for the point after attempt after the 24-yard TD strike by the High Climbers to put them up 20-7. 31 seconds to go here in the half. Cody Bragg on to kick the point after for Shelton. This is the 4th annual Mason County Cup. High Climbers lead the series 2 games to 1. And they're up by, well, right now 13 points. There's the snap to spot the kick. It's low and off mark, isn't it? No, but it's good. Right down the middle.
With 31
and now it's a 21-7.
21, North Mason Bulldogs.
We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected. Find the right solution for your business with Hood Canal Communications. We offer business phone service and systems, broadband and networking, cable TV, and digital music. Find the right fit for your business, and together we'll grow. Call or click today, 898-2481 or hcc.net. Hood Canal Communications, Mason County's premier communications service provider.
And we're back waiting for the kickoff as the High Climbers are up 21-7 on North Mason in the Mason County Cup. 31 seconds to go here in the half. Salim, your impressions so far, aside from the slow pace of the game because of the flags?
Well, on the North Mason side, I've been really. They're not a speed-type football team. They're a, they're just going to grind things out, whatever, and they're going to keep hustling. I'm very impressed with their tenacity. I'm very impressed with, their defense is good. They just, they just don't. Shelton is a little bit faster than they are, and but North Mason just hangs in there, and it's just if you're a North Mason fan, it's too bad they let Shelton score the last 30-some seconds of the half.
Terry Reiners and Austin Williams.
So waiting for the kickoff here as Cody Bragg is going to tee it up, looks up and down the line. There's the kick. It's a short kick. It's going to hit at the 20. Picked up by Reiners. Reiners gets to the outside, speeds up the outside, then knocked out of bounds near the 34-yard line. And a flag as a late hit because the man was out of bounds just a foot. And a late hit there on the High Climbers. Sorry, I haven't been tracking the penalties, but the High Climbers got a ton of them.
Oh, golly. And they've had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. I mean, they've, and I'm impressed with their quarterback, and they just do a lot of things well. The only thing they don't do very well is, play right so they don't get all those penalties. But, that's something you can clean up as a coach. It's something you can clean up as a player, and they need to clean up because they're in the league they play in. They better get it together. I mean, but I like their passing attack. Their passing attack is good, but it's a little bit predictable because I'm not a real offensive guy, and I can kind of almost call their plays almost every time. So defensive coordinators are a lot smarter than I am. They'll pick that up, and the quarterback gets the ball and looks where he's going to throw right away. And people that have good, talented, DBs are gonna be able to jump the routes and do some damage to Shelton if they get so predictable.
So after the penalty, and she placed the ball at the 50-yard line for North Mason with 27 seconds to get in the end zone here, trailing by 14 points. Shelton on top 21-7. Bulldogs go into their usual formation there. Actually, it's not quite the usual formation. Only one guy back there. It's Reinhardt. And a false start.
Yep. Right guard. You can see it all the way up here.
A little too anxious with a shorter field for once for North Mason.
Well, he was going to pull, and he was trying to get out a little bit too quick.
Okay, maybe there wasn't a flag there.
You're kidding.
I guess there must have been some sort of a warning. And
well, they probably didn't have the change set on the far side, I guess.
So 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line for North Mason. A reverse on the handoff, and it's Reiners. Reiners getting around the outside, tracked down from behind by number 12. That's Dylan Paul for Shelton. Short gain there. And 14 seconds. I don't believe the Bulldogs have a timeout, so they can't really stop the clock. And there's 5 seconds to go here in half. 2nd and 8. Handoff straight up the middle. Pushing his way. And Reinhardt gets to the 44 before the
45.
half runs out, and that'll do it for the first half. It's 21-7 after one half in the Mason County Cup. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with Dana Rosenbach.
In a few minutes, we're going to
talk about North Mason and the school district in just a minute here. It's halftime. 21-7 is our score. Shelton on top.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected. Find the right solution for your business with Hood Canal Communications. We offer business phone service and systems, broadband and networking, cable TV, and digital music. Find the right fit for your business, and together we'll grow. Call or click today, 898-2481 or hcc.net. Hood Canal Communications, Mason County's premier communications service provider.
Do you think he's on his way? He doesn't even know that we're here. Is he okay? Please tell me he's okay.
Laura.
Okay, try to call him again.
There's no signal.
Try.
Nothing's working.
Well, just
Everything's down.
This is so bad. He's out there by himself.
Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov.
All right, we're back at it's halftime in the Mason County Cup. 21 for Shelton, North Mason 7. Joining me here in the halftime program is Dana Rosen. Is it Bach?
Bach.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That's okay.
Bach. Dana, thank you for taking some time to talk to us. A lot of exciting stuff happening up here in North Mason. If you don't know, she's the superintendent of the North Mason School District. Biggest thing happening, and if somebody doesn't know, I don't know where they've been at all. You've got a new high school.
We do, and we are so excited to open it to kids on September 9th. It will be ready to go. Our builder has had a few challenges, but they are getting it under control, and we expect the kids to be really excited when they see what's waiting for them.
So I know this wasn't under your tenure, getting the bond passed, but how does it feel as a new superintendent to come into that kind of a situation?
Well, at first it's pretty intimidating, but we have a great team that we're working with, and they've done a really good job of maintaining the project and moving it forward. We have more things to go on our project. As you know, we will also be remodeling the old high school to make Hawkins Middle School. That project happens this year, followed by a brand new stadium. So before too long, we'll be playing on turf at these games.
I want to stop you right there. Let's talk about the stadium since we're at a football game.
Okay.
How different is this going to be? Is it going to be in the same location, or is it a different location?
No, actually it is a different location. Okay. So we will still have this field, the grass field, available for our use as well.
Okay.
So it is to the, my directions put right, I think the north of the main district building.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the place where the kids play soccer right now, the Centrex field, that will all be cleared out, and stands it'll run
the North Mason
horizontally.
Cheer Squad.
So
That's
it'll be parallel to the new high school building, but down the hill.
Now, will it still be called Phil Pugh Stadium, or is that to be determined?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, there are not any plans to change the name of the stadium right now, so that will be a board decision to look at.
Thomas. Great job,
Right
girls.
now, we do actually, though, have a couple of requests underway from community members to name other parts of our district, so we're working on those.
Okay, we won't let
We'll get there.
We'll get there. It's a process that you must follow.
Yes, it is. So it's really exciting when community members come forward with a good suggestion. So we're going to follow the process and get those suggestions to the board in the next month or so, and we're pretty excited about that. But our new high school is amazing. It's about double the size of the old high school. Our gym holds, just in the bleacher seats, over 1,500 students or adults or whoever's going to be there, so we'll be able to hold graduation in our Bulldog gymnasium. And then, you know, we'll also be able to put chairs on the floor, so we'll be able to hold a ton of people for that ceremony. Our gymnasium and our new performing arts auditorium and the commons also all have full-size movie screens, so we can put video, we can stream things live, we could even show a movie for the community to take a look at, so we're pretty excited about that. It'll be a really interesting tool for the community to use, so hopefully they'll get in there a lot and use the facilities. That's our hope. We want to share this beautiful building that they've helped us build.
Now, you talked about the remodel of the high school to a to the new Hawkins Middle School. What other things have you done with the other two schools?
Well, we haven't done that yet. The Hawkins project will be coming up this year, but at both of the elementary schools, well, at Belfair, we moved the covered play shed and built where it was before, built a new parking lot for parents and staff. And then we built the first covered play shed at Sand Hill. They didn't have an existing one. So both of those have been done, and there have been some improvements to the playground, particularly at Sand Hill. There are more improvements underway, hopefully soon, for both of those playgrounds too. We also did the roof at Belfair, but that was before I got here, so I almost forgot about that.
Now, school is starting next week, and there's something kind of unique happening at the elementary schools.
There is, and we are so excited. We have 2 new elementary school principals, and they are so jacked and excited to be able to bring in the community to help them start the school year off. So they have invited community members to join them for a victory tunnel to celebrate the students at both schools. It's going to be in the morning before school at about 9:30 at Sand Hill, and at the end of the day at Belfair at about 3:45. So community members are invited to come join staff and the Bulldog cheerleaders and everybody else that we can get there to cheer the kids and give them a good start to the year.
Now, for those who don't know, can you explain a victory tunnel?
It's like the tunnel that even at the beginning of the game here that the boys run through with the cheerleaders yelling on both sides. So we're going to have as many community members as we have there to cheer the kids as they come into the building at Sand Hill and out of the building on the first day at Belfair, so that they know that we're all behind them in the hard work that they're doing at school every day.
Now you have some open houses scheduled.
We do. The 2 elementary schools have open houses. I love this song. The 2 elementary schools have open houses next Tuesday, September 8th, 4 to 6 at Sand Hill and 5 to 6:30 at Belfair. The open house is the 17th. I think it's at 6:30 also at Hawkins. And we will have an open house in the new North Mason High School on September 22nd at 6 p.m. We are probably going to have a barbecue. We have community members asking us, can we please help sponsor a barbecue? So we'll have a barbecue and a dedication and then an open house.
Lots of exciting things happening. Did we hit them all, or?
There's one more thing I think it's really good for our community to know. We've had a few changes throughout the district. We also last year, mid-year, hired a new food service director, and I asked her to take a look at it, and she's worked really hard since she got here and completed a application for a federal program called Community Eligibility, which allows us to provide free breakfast and lunch to all the students in qualifying schools. So for North Mason this year, that means all of our elementary school students will be able to participate in lunch and breakfast at no cost. So we're very excited. That way we know our kids have an opportunity to start the day with some good hot food and keep themselves going with a nice big lunch at both elementary schools.
Any other challenges you want to talk about right now?
Oh, there are always some. But right now we're very excited. You can tell the boys, we've got a young team out there, but Coach Beavers is excited. He has 90 kids out this year overall, and he hasn't had that. So we're looking forward to some fun activities for all of the kids this year. With the new building, we have some new classes that are coming on board. So kids will be able to participate in things like boat building, Our video production class will have a beautiful video production facility, which is new. You're going to have to come see it.
Yes.
It'll be something dear to your heart. And let's see what else. There are several new classes in the CTE and the Career and Technical Education department, so we're very excited about. Also farm to table and some other things in the horticulture area. So good things happening for our kids. We have been part of a huge grant with the other schools in our ESD for STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math instruction. So we had teachers from our elementaries and middle school participate in some specific training for that this summer. We also had our high school teachers doing some in-depth science training in the STEM field as well. And we sent one of our teachers, Mrs. Miller, from I think I got that right, from the middle school to a national conference on science education in Washington, D.C. So they're coming back with lots of great ideas. I got to meet with the science teachers for a couple hours on Wednesday and talk about where we're going to take science and technology in North Mason. We will be asking North Mason community members to be part of a technology advisory committee. During the past year, our technology director and myself have been working on a multi-year plan to make sure that we have the right tools in the kids' hands so they walk out of our buildings just as prepared or more so than anybody else for the new world that they face. So we're going to ask the community now to come in and look at our plans and make some suggestions and help us tweak them so that we can dig in and get the right things out there for kids. We'd like to be a one-to-one school for some of the kids very soon and take it deeper at the elementary school as well so that our kids have the tools to engage the way they need to in the 21st century.
All right, Dana, thank you for taking some time to talk to us about all the exciting things coming for North Mason School District. And there's so many, like you said, there's a lot to list, and you can't, every little one is going to take us an hour.
It is, but we'll get together and talk some more. Thank you for asking me.
Thank you.
And I hope we do better in the second half.
Yeah, this is a Mason County Cup. Anything can happen.
That's true. Thanks very much.
All right. That was Dana Rosenbaum, the superintendent of the North Mason School District. We are in halftime. It's 21-7, Shelton on top in the Mason County Cup, the 4th annual Mason County Cup. We'll be back with some more analysis with Lim Elway, and of course, second half coming up here on MasonWebTV.com, HCC.net, and Hood Canal Communications. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected. Find the right solution for your business with Hood Canal Communications. We offer business phone service and systems, broadband and networking, cable TV, and digital music. Find the right fit for your business, and together we'll grow. Call or click today, 898-2481 or hcc.net. Hood Canal Communications, Mason's premier communications service provider.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
All right, we are back. Still waiting for the halftime period to end. It's 21-7, Shelton on top of North Mason in the 4th annual Mason County Cup 2015 version. We didn't really talk about it much in the beginning, Lim, the history of this cup. It's only 4 years old. Implemented, obviously, 4 years ago. And the first Mason County Cup was held here in this stadium, Phil Pugh Stadium. And the High Climbers took that one 54-24, I believe. It's with the High Climber team with a couple of Division I guys that ended up at the University of Washington for a while. One of them, I think, is still there. The next one was a come-from-behind win for North Mason down in Shelton. And I can't for the life of me remember the score. I think it was 21.
Don't look at me.
10.
I forgot what I did yesterday.
Well, anyways, it was a come-from-behind win for North Mason, so that evened the series. And then last year, it was the high climber defense down in Shelton that kind of held off the North Mason. That was 28-21. In that game, the Bulldogs kind of tried to battle their way back, and then the high climber defense stopped them in the end, and that was the way that one ended up. And like we said, Lim, you weren't part of it, but like we said, between me and Dana, that anything can happen in this game.
Oh, yep.
And North Mason has a tendency to get things together and come back. Shelton, as long as they would stop the penalties, they have a good shot to just eke this one out.
I think on the field, I think player for player, or not player for player, but as a group, a starting group for Shelton, a starting group for North Mason. I think Shelton is better. But I think North Mason has those qualities, those intrinsic qualities that by their hustle, their tenacity, their just digging down, like I mentioned many times in the first half, those 5'4" guys just coming up and rocking some of those runners for Shelton. I think that's what makes it, a competitive, good game. I was a little disappointed if you're a North Mason fan that they let Shelton score in the last 32 seconds.
Right.
So, but it's a rivalries, you flip a coin and find out what's going to happen, because I went through many Hoquiam Aberdeen rivalries. They were a dogfight to the end, and everybody hated everybody, sometimes after the game, but usually, the 4 quarters. And sometimes the best team never won.
Right. Well, talking to Coach Beavers this week about this game, it's very exciting for the kids because they know each other. They don't hate each other. They like to compete against each other. And, and you're talking about the size of North Mason's defenders being kind of smaller in stature. Well, that was me in high school. I didn't play football.
Yeah.
But, I played basketball, and everybody underestimated my ability. And when they would come at me more, I would come right back at them. And that's what you get out here.
A champion is not measured by physical talent. They're measured by the size of their heart and what they have in there, and their just inability to give up. They're gonna fight. They're gonna leave everything they have on the field, and that's exactly what North Mason's doing.
So it's 21-7, Shelton on top in the 4th annual Mason County Cup, the 2015 edition. The Bulldogs have just come onto the field, as you heard announced rather loudly, and they're on their end. Would be on the east end of the field. The High Climbers have yet to come out of the locker room, but we have about 5 minutes before they have to come out of the locker room and play. So we'll take another timeout. We'll be back with more from Phil Pugh Stadium in the Mason County Cup. 21-7, Shelton on top of North Mason. We'll be right back.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected. Find the right solution for your business with Hood Canal Communications. We offer business phone service and systems, broadband and networking, cable TV, and digital music. Find the right fit for your business, and together we'll grow. Call or click today, 898-2481 or hcc.net. Hood Canal Communications, Mason County's premier communications service provider.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
You may have seen the Hood Canal Communications crews on McGreevy Road lately and wondered, what are they doing? We are in the final stages of installing a new 144-count fiber optic cable between our Union and Shelton offices. Part of the project involved a revolutionary technique of installing cable in underground conduit. A small microduct is installed in an existing conduit. This allows for multiple cables to be installed in the same conduit. The fiber optic cable is then blown into the microduct and can travel thousands of feet. When the project is complete, our offices will be connected with a 10 gigabit circuit. This will provide the ability to continue to increase broadband speeds and allow for future growth.
Hood Canal Communications, Mason County's premier communications service provider.
And we're back. 21-7 is our score. Shelton on top of North Mason in the Mason County Cup 2015 version. 4th annual. Still waiting for Shelton to come out of the locker room as North Mason. And as we'll pan down there and see them do their little warm-up here. And still got some time for Shelton to reappear. Lim, let's talk a little bit about what you might expect in the second half.
Well, I expected that the high climber team got their rear end chewed out by the head coach for all the penalties, playing stupid, and a lot of those might be hustling penalties or whatever, but you can't have that many penalties and win a ball game.
Right.
Also, I think they're going to work a lot more on using the quarterback as passing. They've done a lot of long passing and not a lot of short passing. So I think they'll do that. And I think you pass and then you do your run a little bit more. But I'll tell you what, North Mason is clogging up from tackle to tackle. Shelton has a few times that they get some good runs and whatever, but it's nothing sustainable. And so, like I said earlier, I think Shelton's got better athletes. They just have that 30-06 shooting himself in the foot. You know what I mean? And on the other side, North Mason just have to not give the ball back. They have that one where they fumbled the punt with a minute and whatever they have left in the half. And they just have to take care of the ball, and they just have to do what they do. And I like the little scrawny guys they get out there and just pop you in the mouth. I think they're doing a good job, and they just have to put the ball in the end zone. Find a way.
Well, we're still waiting for Shelton to come out on the field, and the clock is still counting down here. So if you don't come out on the field in time, is there a penalty?
Yep, there's a penalty when it hits 0 because one of the referees was in charge of notifying Shelton that they have so many minutes to come out.
Yeah, here they come.
Okay.
30 seconds to spare. As we look over our shoulder.
Yeah, and then once they get on the field, then the referee, the guy in the white hat, will give them 3 minutes to warm up.
So there are the high climbers with a 14-point lead, 21-7, coming out for the third quarter. Doesn't look like they're going to want to do a warm-up, Lim.
They have to by WA rule. They have to warm up for 3 minutes.
And there's 3 minutes on the clock.
Because if that referee does not give them 3 minutes, he's liable for any injury that occurs. And liable to be sued, big time. So that is a rule by the WA in high school. I don't know. I know it's the WA in Washington. I think it's for all, high school football teams. They have to have their time. They have to come on, and then the referee puts 3 minutes on.
I believe everybody follows the same rules. National football.
For the most part,
yeah.
There are a little bit of differences.
Not the National Football League, but the National High School Football
Federation.
Federation. Yeah, I think it's Federation.
Yeah.
So, the high climbers are still on the far sidelines. They haven't gone to do their warm-up, but maybe they'll start differently. We do everything different in Shelton anyways.
Well, the thing is, the obligation of the white hat, what we call him, the obligation of the white hat, you see he's talking to the coach.
There we go. They're doing something.
Yeah, see, that's the obligation of the white hat, is to make sure that once they get on the field, 3 minutes is on the clock. The coach's responsibility is to make sure that
they do something.
They warm up.
Right.
And I will guarantee you that if something should happen, that some parent will get a hold of the game film, and somebody's filmed them coming on the field, 3 minutes on the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's all been documented by somebody.
Well, we got cameras all over the place.
Yep.
this camera. There's a camera that North Mason uses, which has got one of those high field cameras, and saw somebody behind us with a camera as well.
And in reality, it's all about safety, protecting kids.
Right.
They're all good things to do, good things to have. And they do it in every sport. There's a rule for basketball. There's a rule for tennis. Like for example, in baseball, when I was coaching baseball, which still is in effect, when I was in baseball, we have rain and all that kind of stuff. When we get to the field, we have a half an hour to warm up.
Right.
And the referees cannot, or the umpires cannot, they have to give you half an hour. And that's for kids throwing, stretching, with the rain we get here during the springtime, you know how that works.
Oh, yeah.
So, and that's all governed by, like you said, the High School National Federation.
I think that's the overall, everybody follows those rules, and then you have the WIAA, which is the Washington Interscholastic Athletic Association.
Yes.
That governs for the state of Washington.
Yeah, they tweak the rules a little bit, like we might have different rules. Like the bat rule sometimes is different in states, or balls, or just a few things, but nothing that is unsafe to the participants or the kids.
And that's the focus.
Yeah.
Period. Keep them safe.
Yep.
New concussion rules, which are, you may think they're almost, well, that's the right word, little much.
Yeah.
But it's all about keeping everybody safe and making sure they stay safe.
And believe me, I was 5 yards from the kid that his parents started the concussion rule. Brandon Schultz was a football player at Anacortes High School.
Right.
And he, his mom was the one that got all these rules going, and Brandon, Brandon is living in a, what do I want to say? I want to say self-help type community now.
Facility.
Okay. Yeah, but they're all the rules are good. They seem to be, kind of quirky sometimes, but there's a reason for all of them.
Well, the Bulldogs are ready. They're out there waiting to receive an third quarter opening kickoff. You've got Reiners and Williams back there waiting, and the High Climbers have yet to break their huddle on the far side to get this thing kicked off. And here they come. And we got the High Climber fans below us, as we are in the stands. If you are familiar with the Phil Pugh Stadium, we are just outside the door of the press box to the west side of the press box, up in the stands. Well, not at the top row, because if I went to the top row, we could not see the far end of the field at all. But here we go. We're ready for the start of the third quarter. 21-7 is our score, if we forgot to remind you that. Shelton is on top. North Mason will receive the kickoff to start the third quarter. And it is all teed up. Cody Bragg with the run-up and the kick. It is an end-over-end kick that is taken at the 15 to the 20. Reiners gets to the 30 on the far side, and that's where the Bulldogs will take over. Start the third quarter. So good, positive, solid run return for North Mason. Let's see if they can build on that.
Yep. They just need to be diligent and make sure that they get everything, do everything right and not give the ball away.
And the High Climbers, defensively, the High Climbers have been almost flawless, really.
Yeah.
Just the one touchdown allowed so far.
Great to have you back for another year, Scott.
And here we go.
Okay, now here's we see the creativity of the triple option.
So 1st and 10 from the 30 for North Mason. And it is, actually, no, it's a Reinhardt on the run and around the right side, pulled down at the 45-yard line. That's a good way to start for North Mason. I think Bavers' conversation at halftime was, okay, let's focus, guys. Let's get this ball going.
And notice they came off the tackles and they got outside real quick, and they had good blocking. They secured the end and got a good run out of it. And so now they have something to build on. And again, too, you get to evaluate how the coaches reacted at halftime, how they coach their kids up, and all that kind of stuff, too.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 45 with the 15-yard run. We're going to the left side right now, and it looks like Reinhardt again, straight up the middle. Might have got 4 out of it. I remember this from last season and seasons in the past with the fullback and Cole Reinhardt pounding away in the middle.
Bring up 2nd and 6.
Now they need to be a little bit creative, go off the tackles, maybe throw a pass or two, and don't get set on a regimen or get into a cycle where they're doing the same thing all the time, or
So over a minute into the third quarter, 21-7 is our score. Shelton leads North Mason with the ball. Third quarter action. Handoff to, this is not Reinhardt this time, number 47. It's Sterling McIntosh on the carry. He's pounding his way forward. Just short of the first down by 1 yard into high climber territory.
And the first high climber is making the tackle, and the 2 or 3 people that are coming in after that are grabbing for the ball and trying to rip it out. So North Mason backs are doing a good job of holding on the ball and protecting it.
So it's 3rd down and 1 from the 46-yard line of Shelton. Approaching 10 minutes here in the third quarter. There's the snap, and it's a keeper by...
quarterback keeper. Across the 45, down to about the 44-yard line.
Polton gets the first down by a yard.
Down by Colton Pollard.
And notice what they're doing is they're leading with a fullback, and the quarterback is keeping the ball, just following the fullback. And eventually they'll pitch the ball out to some of those guys after they get the linebackers and the DBs sucking in to help make a tackle.
The 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line of Shelton. North Mason on the drive. First opening drive of the third quarter. Mason County kept. Polton will hand it off and stood up right there at the line of scrimmage. I think that was McIntosh again on the carry. No, that was not McIntosh. That was Garrett Burroff.
Brought down by
no gain on that one. Brings up 2nd and 10. So we're going to have more rotation of players in here, Em.
Yeah.
Keep them fresh. Maybe that was part of the first quarter problems, is these guys are not quite in game shape.
Well, they're getting beat up. They're getting beat up going in the middle of the line. And, Shelton's interior defensive line, those two linebackers are right there ready to charge.
Quarterback keeper, that's Preston Polton.
Polton will keep it up the middle there.
One of the things, he was hit it about the 39, and he turned and rolled and got all the way up to got about 3 more yards. You see, so they keep turning and twisting, and keeping their legs going, and they just make positive yardage.
So it brings up 3rd down from the 39-yard line. Need the 34-yard line for the first down. So it's 3rd and 5 for North Mason. Another, that's a Reinhardt on the carry. They're trying to battle. Got near the first down marker before he was pushed back. But he's going to come up a yard short. Right at the 36-yard line.
Close to the first down, about a yard short. Bring up 4th and 1, it looks like.
So the Bulldogs, you got to expect them to go for this one.
They've got to make it. I mean, they've got to say, hey, we can do it. We got to do it, and they've got to make this. This will be a turning point in the game. You look back on it, whether they make it or not make it.
Looking like it's closer to 4th and 2. Just on the outside of the 35-yard line is the nose of the ball. Clock is running with 7:35 to go in the third quarter. Handoff to Reinhardt, breaks it free. He's into the secondary inside the 20, but look back here, we have a flag.
Brought down. There's a flag on the play.
And a hold on North Mason.
Preliminary call against the Bulldogs.
So every time again, now it looks like the Bulldogs have got the flag bug.
Yeah, that's too bad, because that was a good play, and they're just going between tackle and tackle, and they're getting a good block on the nose guard. And, gosh, they just shoot themselves in the foot, just like Shelton did in the first half.
And there's also a warning on the sidelines for Shelton. Interesting that everything is coming up here in another conference. I thought we were going at a better pace here, as we're 7:31 to go in the third quarter. And a quick start here. We're still on the opening drive of the third quarter for North Mason, and now we've ground to a slow crawl.
Holding against the Bulldogs.
So it's a fourth
Repeat,
down.
Fourth down.
And it'll be about 4th and 10. All right, well, so they'll spot the ball at the 43-yard line with a 4th and 10 for North Mason. And here comes the punting team.
Yeah.
Bring up 4th and 9. Balls now on the 43-yard line. That'll bring
So
in
Tristan Mullins
to
will
punt.
come in to punt. And the single safety back there, I can't see who that is, Lim.
I can't either. It's got to be 24 or 14. That's how they usually that back.
Oh, bad snap, ball's free. Sliding on it and securing it is Colton Poller. And High Climbers will start with excellent field condition. That's position. Sorry, I said condition. So Shelton will start out with the ball in Bulldog territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, the defense has to make something happen. If Shelton gets on a roll, the wheels are going to come off for North Mason. So they got the defense. The ball game's almost in the defense's hand right now.
So the score is 21-7. Shelton on top with the lead and the ball. 7:15 to go in the third quarter. Their first possession of the ball game. Quick little pass, screen out to complete. It's Rena. Rena on the juke and jive to the sidelines. Gets the first down and a little bit more.
Knocked out of bounds.
About the 29-yard line, but there is a flag somewhere out on the field. Yes.
A halftime score.
Right there on the numbers at the 35.
Bronco game at 16-0 Boise State.
There's your answer, Lem. I didn't realize that the Huskies were playing tonight. So.
Yeah, Cougars play tomorrow, 11 o'clock.
Okay.
My wife says she's going to watch it about 1 o'clock and when the Cougs are couging it.
Okay. So we have a holding call on the High Climbers to bring that first down pass run play back.
Boy, I'll tell you,
Mariners
penalties.
Score, top of the 5th, Seattle 9, Oakland 5.
Penalties have played a major part in this
Holding's
game.
a call against the High Climbers.
So that should still be a first down.
But
the ball will be marched all the way back to the 45-yard line.
To the Bulldog 45-yard line.
So we'll basically do this again.
Yeah, should be about 1st and 13.
Yeah, it looks like it. So offset eye now for the High Climbers. Little play action with the first guy, second guy through. Colton Pollard dancing his way up the far sidelines. He's into the secondary, and I believe it's a touchdown for Shelton is guarded. Is there any flags? I can't see the field where the line of scrimmage was. No flags, and it's a 45-yard TD run by Colton Pollard for Shelton.
Boy, that was a good run. He did a good job. I mean, let's give credit where credit's due. He did a good job and got some good blocking and set up his blocking well.
We got Cody Bragg.
So
you could just see they were a little bit faster than North Mason.
So that makes it 27-7 now. 6:44 to go in the third quarter. Cody Bragg on to kick the point after. Kick is up. And it looks good. It is good. So it is now 28-7. Shelton on top in the third quarter. 6:44 to go in the Mason County Cup. We'll be back in 30 seconds for the kickoff.
The Hood Canal Communications team helps keep you connected to your world via broadband, video, and voice.
For a limited time, get half off a new bundled broadband connection for 6 months and free installation, but without any contract.
With unlimited internet access from HCC, you can keep your multi-device, data-hungry family happy. Close the generation gap without any data caps.
Call or click today, 898-2481 or hcc.net.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
6:44 to go in the third quarter, 28-7. Shelton on top after the 45-yard dash by number 32 for your Shelton High Climbers, Colton Pollard. And that's the quick strike ability of the High Climbers.
Well, and that if they use their passing game and excuse me, passing game and their running game together, it's going to be real hard to stop them. I mean, again, another team in their classification will have faster D-backs.
Cody Bragg,
It'll be quicker, but
back deep.
They have a lot of options.
Terry Reiners
and that narrows
Austin
League
Williams.
3A for Shelton is always tough. You got Lincoln Abe's, you got Wilson, you've got Capital, or Thurston.
Isn't Foss in that group?
No, Foss, I believe, is now in SPSL.
Oh, okay.
I believe. Well, there's the kickoff, that is. Reiners will take it at the 25. Fake the reverse. Nobody's bought that one, and Reiners will slip it just shy of the 20. He just lost his footing and went down.
The 17-yard line, the Bulldogs will take over.
Trying something fancy with a little faked reverse there, and I think you just must be a little wet spot right there.
So let's hope so.
So the Bulldogs will take over with the 1st and 10 on their own 17-yard line. See what the North Mason team can do with this trip up, as they have not done too well. I mean, they get spurts and then they sputter. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Spurts and sputtering. 6:39 to go in the third quarter. 28 for Shelton, 7 for North Mason. Bulldogs have the ball. Hand off.
That's Cole Reinhardt.
That is Cole Reinhardt on the carry.
Tackles out to about
Gets
32
across the
yard
30-yard line, and that's a first down for North Mason.
Again, they're not going to give up. They're going to make you fight
Brought down by
fight the
Kyle
whole game.
Kimball.
Good run. Again, just plowing over people, trying to do what he can get, trying to get what he can get.
Ball now is at the
First and 10 for
32-yard line,
Bulldogs
first
from their own
and 10.
32-yard line.
Clock still is actually running now. It says 6:20 and counting. So Polton will settle under center with blitz coming for Shelton, and a pitch out. And that
That's Mac Jones.
goes to Mac
Out
Jones.
across the 25, down to about 27-yard
Gets
line.
to the near the 40-yard line. PA guy is about 10 yards off there.
Yeah. Well, again, Shelton knows what the score is. They know how much time is left, and they're just pinning their ears back, coming after them because they know that they're either going to have to pass or they're going to have to run or whatever, and they're just coming right after them. When the ball's hiked, the linebackers are right up almost on the line of scrimmage.
So we'll spot the ball at the 38-yard line. It is 2nd and 5. Then we're going to go over to the left side, and Reinhardt again on the carry, got a couple. Just keeps pounding away, Cole Reinhardt.
Colton
Brings up
Pollard
the
will stop.
3rd and a couple.
3rd down and about 2.
Spot the ball just right between the 40 and the 41. Depends on what you believe. Is it the 40 or is it the 41? Technically, I think it's called the 40.
You see how number 11, the second guy in,
Yeah.
and then on the other side, saying they're just standing up. If the ball comes their way, they charge.
Cole Reinhardt up the
And
middle.
Reinhardt again up the middle. Got enough for the first down, it looks like.
Brought down
Keeps the
by
drive going.
Colton Pollard. Well, that's good for another Bulldog. First down.
The ball will be spotted at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for North Mason. Clock is running with 5:15 to go here in the third quarter. 28 for Shelton, 7 for North Mason. Single setback this time. Man in motion. Hand off to Reinhardt. Reinhardt moving around this side.
Sterling
Actually, that's McIntosh on the carry. Can't get anywhere up the field in a late flag.
Gain of a couple, but we
Went
got a flag.
sideways there, so we'll see what the flag is about.
That's Kyle Kimball along with Dylan Paul on the stop.
I think it probably will be a face mask, I would think.
That was at the end of the play there.
Yeah.
Still conferencing at this point. Yeah, it is on Shelton.
Personal foul against the high climber.
It is your face mask. So that does give the Bulldogs a first down. It should march it up to the 40-yard line of Shelton, if my math is correct. And sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not.
Oh, man.
And more conferencing with you.
I've got to really bite my tongue.
I know you do.
This is unbelievable.
Finally get the call and march it off. Does put the ball actually at the 39-yard line of Shelton. So it's 1st and 10 for North Mason into high climber territory. Clock right now is at 4:55 in the third quarter. I'll get that wound up when they set the chains. Here we go. Preston Polton gives his play out to his teammates, breaks the huddle. Send a receiver to each side. And a single setback.
That's Sterling
McIntosh on the carry off the left side.
Down to about the 33-yard line.
You know, I haven't said anything tonight about the offensive line for North Mason, but they're running that triple between the tackles, and those guys are just bowling the inside of the middle of the defensive line for Shelton, and you know, they're doing a good job. What did he do? Get
they bring up second down at about
6 or 7 yards on that one play, and those guys on Shelton's defense, they know what's coming. You know what I mean?
Brings up 2nd and 4. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Handoff again to Reinhardt, and he'll fall forward for the first down and a late flag. Boy. Sometimes you just want to tell these guys to keep the flags in their pockets.
Well, whatever it is, it's on number 11. And he must have did it right out in the open because
we had a good, quick pace of this third quarter in the beginning, and then it's just ground to another halt. Clock is stopped at 3:51 to go in the third quarter. Oh, actually, this time it's on. It's offsetting foul.
Against the
Wait a minute.
climbers.
He pointed both directions, Slim. So what are we going to do here?
I have no clue.
Because he pointed both directions. And now we're going to meet with coaches. And the clock is going kind of nuts here the last couple of minutes.
It's looking like I feel.
I see one of our sponsors here tonight from the golf tournament, S&S Securities.
So 3:51 in the third quarter. 28-7 is our score. Shelton on top. North Mason with the ball, and a penalty. It looks like it's going to be on the high climbers, although the guy in the white hat did point in both directions. So now he's going to walk over after talking with Coach Beavers. He's going to go talk to Coach Hinkle on the other sideline. So if they're offsetting penalties, we just do it again for 2nd and 4 from the 32. Or do we march both penalties off? Like I said, we've ground to another halt because of the guys in the stripes. Are we going to get an explanation? And we are going to penalize Shelton. just want to tell them to make a decision, don't you?
I'm not going to say a word.
Nah, I know.
If I did, I'd be taken to court.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
So what is the...
It's going to be personal foul, Shelton.
Right. Right, we know that much.
Personal foul against Bulldogs.
And someone was ejected. Oh boy.
Personal foul against High Climbers.
An ejection. So 2 players have been ejected.
First down, Bulldogs.
And so they'll keep the ball at the spot at the end of that play. So it's 1st and 10 for North Mason at the 28-yard line.
That was North Mason's quarterback.
14? No. Was it?
Yeah, he was ejected.
Really?
Well, he was the one that's standing right next to the coach. So there he is right there.
No, it's 14.
Yeah.
14 is
Terry
Reiners.
He's one of their quarterbacks.
Right, but the starting quarterback is Preston Polton, number 15.
Okay, well.
He's in there under center.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we've worked that all out, and a short little handoff there, not much. I think that was Cole Reinhardt on the carry. Coming out of the pack, the bottom of the pack. Got 2, maybe now I got 1. So we know that Reiners was kicked out from for toss from North Mason. I didn't see who left for Shelton.
But again, they both have to sit out the next game.
Right, right.
Oh, I know who it was, number 11.
That's right, you said it was number 11. So that would be Michael Hackler is out for Shelton. Not something you really want to see.
No.
Is ejections from any game. We're under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 28-7 is our score. Shelton on top. North Mason with the ball with a 1st and 10 from the 27 of Shelton. Keeper for oh, he lost the ball. Ball squirting around. Who comes up with it? Shelton says they have it. And what's the official call?
He was down.
He was down.
He wasn't, but that's what they're going to say.
Now we're going to have another conference. Bureaucracy at its best, I guess, you know. Is this a discussion? Was he down or was it a fumble?
Let's see what happened.
Yeah, I do wish we had an instant replay on this, Slim, but we do not.
First of all, he wasn't down because I got a good, clean look.
Right. Didn't look like he was down. The ball just came out.
Yeah.
And now what are we doing?
Oh, he's got to go over and talk to the other coach. Yeah. Oh.
Well, the High Climbers are reacting as if they got the ball because they're heading to the sidelines. So I'm going to, but maybe not. You're off mic, Lim. You took your mic off, Lim. I can't hear you. Well, we're still trying to work this one out. The fumble on the play. Looks like Shelton did recover out of the scrum after the play. But now we'll have to wait until the guy in the white hat discusses things with everybody on the field, but nobody in the stands. So what do we got here? We're going to replay the down. We're going to replay the down.
They're going to say inadvertent whistle. That's the only thing it could be.
That works in the Bulldogs' favor. And we're going to wind the clock and get this thing underway. A minute 35 to go here, so we're going to redo it, an inadvertent whistle, and now we have another stoppage play. Not only are we getting very impatient, so is the crowd. I mean, there have been a lot of games that have been over by now, and we're still in the third quarter with 2.5 minutes to go in the third. It is second down and 9 for North Mason at the Shelton 27-yard line. And now more whistles.
Timeout,
and a timeout for Shelton. Well, we could have done that about 10 minutes ago. All right, so we'll just step aside. 2 minutes, 24 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 28 for Shelton, 7 for North Mason. The Bulldogs have the ball, and they'll have a 2nd and 9 from the 27 when we come back, we hope, on MasonWebTV.com, HCC.net, and Hood Canal Communications.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
And we hope for the pace of this game will pick up now with 2:24 to go in the third quarter.
Here we go.
2nd and 9 from the 27 for North Mason, sitting in high climber territory. Colton under center, handed off to Reinhardt, straight up the middle, hits one of his planes, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and gets near the 15-yard line. That's a first, near a first down for North Mason.
Brandon Young on the start. Stop.
That is a first down.
Another Bulldog first down.
And they'll spot the ball at the 17-yard line. Clock will start winding to 2:17 once they set the chains. And here we go for the 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. North Mason with the ball in the high climber territory. Colton, who's got the ball, and they jumping it in for a touchdown is Preston Colton on the quarterback keeper.
What happened was he wanted to give the ball to Reinhardt, and they were both stuffed, and so he just took the ball and ran the opposite way and scored. Good play.
So 2:01 to go in the third quarter. It is now 28-13. Shelton now on top, but
Taylor Caleb
North Mason looking to break this down. I just can't get over this clock, Lim. I'd shoot the camera over there to show everybody what it's doing, but it's just fading in and out like it's tired too. So on for the point after is Caleb Taylor. There is the kick. And it is good.
It's good.
So it's now 28-14. Shelton on top. And you're listening to the Mason County Cup. Shelton leading 28-14. 2 minutes, 1 second to go in the third quarter. We'll be right back.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against the wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
After the 17-yard touchdown run by Preston Colton. It is now 28-14. Shelton leads, and the Bulldogs will be kicking back to the high climbers here shortly. We are just kind of talking about refereeing in the opening week of football. Usually like this, but not quite this slow-paced.
Well, you have to let the kids play, and you know it's probably true. On every play, you can call a penalty or whatever, but you got to let the kids play, and you got to let them, get into a routine, get into a flow, and they're gonna. This is a non-league game. They're gonna work out the bugs with the coaching staff next week when they practice, but you can't do this kind of. I mean, just
Evan Rhodes back
whatever.
deep for the climbers.
We're waiting for the kickoff. And there's the run up and the kick. It's a line drive kick that is taken at the 22 on the far sideline. picked up by Pollard. Pollard up the far sideline, gets near the 45 before he's brought
Ball
down.
goes out to about the
And that'll be high climber ball there.
44-yard line.
First and 10 for Shelton. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Stop. Climber ball, first and 10 from their own 44.
High climbers break the huddle. Geraldus in the shotgun with 3 receivers on the near side. Little screen to Arena. Arena will get to the outside.
That's
50,
Arena.
45, brought down.
Brought down by Sterling McIntosh.
Looks like McIntosh was the guy that was there to bring him down.
Gain
But
of about
that's
13 on
that's
the
a
play,
first
or
down
11 on
for
the play, gives them a first and 10.
Shelton. Sorry about the pom-pom in her shot there, Lim. That's what happens when you sit in stands. Clock is 1:47 in the third quarter. High climbers have the lead in the ball. The first and 10 from the North Mason 45. Under center goes Geraldus. Man in motion. That's Rhodes. Little handoff to
That's Willie
Ruiz on the carry, and he gets near the first down before he's spun down. It'll be second and short.
New group of linemen come in for North Mason.
I think we're getting a little bit of younger kids coming off both benches now. And we'll try to give you those names as we figure them out. Second, and they're going to call it 1 from the 36-yard line of North Mason for Shelton has the ball with a lead. Handoff goes to Pollard. Pollard stopped initially at the line of scrimmage, then goes sideways, and looks like it was Garrett Bora on the ending stop. And that's still enough for a first down for Shelton, and it's at the 39-yard line for the high climbers. I'm sorry, it's the 34. Did they say 39?
Yeah.
It's meant the 30.
But that's okay. I'll forgive you.
Yeah, okay, this time. And it's 58 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. High formation. Quick little dump off to Rena again on the near side. Got a guy in front of him. And he's inside the 20 to the near the 10 now. That's a first down for Shelton.
Good for another climber.
See, you can almost see those coming.
Oh, yeah.
They got 2 guys on one side, or they have 3 guys on one side with 2 defenders, and I mean it's just really
almost predictable.
It's pretty predictable, and it'll it's a good play tonight, but hopefully they'll be able to do that against some quality deep backs and corners that have a little bit of speed to come up and jump the routes.
So we'll spot the ball on the 14-yard line, first and 10 for Shelton with a 28-14 lead. Offset I formation this time. Geraldus gets a hard count there. A toss goes to Pollard, and now we're going to get the flags. A little late on that one, don't you think?
Yeah, but that's not unusual.
Well, not for this crew. Not the way things are going tonight.
Dead ball foul. Procedure.
I'm going to call a false start on the high climbers. They'll mark it back at 5. So it'll be first and 15 from the 19-yard line. That hard count by Geraldus was enough to get his own guys to jump. Because you can see the hard count on his head.
Yeah. See, when he gets into Tacoma, when he gets into those referees, they'll call that. They'll call that all the time.
So we'll go back to the offset I with 2 receivers on the far side. Ruiz is the top of the I. Little play action, and he's going for the far corner. Wide open touchdown. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
he thought he had a touchdown there.
There was nobody within 10 yards of him.
I think that was Christian Walsh. No, was that a 22, 23? Who was that?
I don't.
20-something. 20.
Is it 22?
I think it's 20. It's 20.
Yep, it is 20.
So Skylar Ross thought he had a touchdown. I think that was the whole thing. It was so wide open that the ball was right there on target. It took so much time to get there, and he thought he had it easy touchdown.
Second down, 15.
And couldn't haul it in. Wow. There could be some ribbon on that one.
Yeah.
Shotgun formation this time. 3 receivers on the far side. High snap, handled well, dump it off to Pollard. Pollard tries to slip a tackle, gets to the outside, and it's near the 10-yard line before he's pulled down.
That's the end of the third
And that'll
quarter.
do it for the third quarter. So we're through
20.
3 in the 4th annual Mason County Cup. Shelton leads 28-14, but they're in the red zone when we come back to start the 4th quarter in just a moment on MasonWebTV.com, HCC.net, and Hood Canal Communications.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected. Find the right solution for your business with Hood Canal Communications. We offer business phone service and systems, broadband and networking, cable TV, and digital music. Find the right fit for your business, and together we'll grow. Call or click today, 898-2481 or hcc.net. Hood Canal Communications, Mason County's premier communications service provider.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere will bring us wireless emergency alerts. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
And we're waiting for the start of the 4th quarter, the final 12 minutes in this 4th annual Mason County Cup, as we're going to go walk down to the west end of the field for the High Climbers, who will have had the ball. I forgot what it was. It was at the ball's on the 12. Okay. It'll be a 3rd and is it 8? Shelton knocking on the door. They have a 28-14 lead as we head to the 4th quarter of play. So call it 3rd and 8 for the High Climbers. Alex Geraldis will go with an empty backfield, 3 receivers on the far side. 2-step drop. He's got a guy there. Ruiz, one-handed catch and falls into the end zone for the touchdown.
Shelton. On 12-yard TD.
And that makes it 35.
That was Willie.
Or 34,
Ruiz,
excuse me.
reception.
34-14 now. High Climbers will go for the point after coming. High Climber fans in front of us are celebrating, dancing around. Just smile, Em. It's all good.
Yeah,
Cody Bragg to attempt the extra point.
And Bragg's on to kick the point after. There's only 9 seconds into the 4th quarter. And it's a 20-point lead for the High Climbers. They can make it 21 with the extra point. And I'm not sure what we're waiting for now. Skylar Ross is the holder. Kicker, of course, is Cody Bragg for Shelton. Trying to make this a 3-touchdown lead for Shelton. There's the snap, the spot, and the kick. Right up the middle. That's good. Make it 35-14. 11:51 to go here in the ball game. Shelton on top in the Mason County Cup. We'll be right back with the kickoff.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
All right, we're waiting for the kickoff. As the High Climbers are on top, 35
Bottom of the
to 14.
sixth inning. It's Seattle 9, Oakland 8. They have a runner on the first with nobody out.
I kind of think our PA guy is a frustrated play-by-play man.
Either that or a frustrated Mariner man.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So going back deep now because of the ejection, we also now have a new guy out there, and it is Austin Knight. He's back deep for the Bulldogs. And we're set up on the wrong ends. Surprised it doesn't happen more often. I got confused. I didn't even notice. So Austin Knight.
That's Cody Bragg.
And Austin Williams are back deep for the Bulldogs to receive the kickoff from Cody Bragg.
Austin Knight back to receive.
11:51 to go here in the ball game. 35-14 is our score. Shelton on top, kicking him back to North Mason. High over end kick that goes between the legs of the new guy out there. And he's trying to make some room. Gets the outside. Here he goes. He gets the outside.
That's Austin Knight.
And Austin Knight is upended by the kicker at the 45-yard line.
That's usually what happens when you do that. You get through the first line of defense, and you're off. He was one block away from going all the way.
That was Cody Bragg on the stop for the High Climbers.
It was Austin Knight who just went through his legs when he got the kickoff. It just went right through his legs, and he turned around, picked it up, and was off to the races and managed to turn something that could have been really bad into something positive. So the ball is at the 45. First and 10 for North Mason. 11:41 to go here in the ball game. They have 21 points to make up. It's 35-14. And all Shelton here tonight. Got a keeper on that one. And Polton is pulled back after a gain of a couple. Brings up second down and 8.
Pick up a 2. Preston Polton. Sorry.
Clock is running with 11:20 to go here in the ball game. Sterling McIntosh into the ball game. Cole Reinhardt out for North Mason. And a pitch goes to Jones. Jones gets the first down inside the 45, and it's first and 10 for North Mason. 10:45, and the clock will run once we start the clock or set the sticks in this Mason County Cup.
Well, they keep battling. They keep battling. You know, that's a mark of a good coach and a good group of kids. They just keep battling. They're down by 3 touchdowns, but they're working hard and they're getting good yardage. And the linemen in the middle are blocking. And you know, they just have made a lot of mistakes tonight that they can't afford to make in league.
Put the ball on the 44-yard line for North Mason. It's on the Shelton 44. First and 10. Little delayed quarterback keeper there. Preston Polton gets 5 on that one.
Brought down by
Brings up second down.
Bring up second down.
At the 39-yard line.
Now make it second and 6.
We're at 10 minutes and counting on the clock. No urgency in the Bulldogs, actually. You can see them break the huddle in a little.
Yeah, well, they're just working hard.
And a handoff that time was to Sterling McIntosh, going up the left side. Got a couple more.
And I'd assume that they're working on plays that they need to, fine tune, and they know what's going to get them by in league. They know that, they're running between the tackles is their mainstay, and so they're just working. You know, he's working on things for maybe next week or the week after, or the first game of the season, or first league game of the season.
Well, next week, Bulldogs travel to, well, they actually travel to Aberdeen. They're taking on Elma Stewart Field on Thursday night. High Climbers have their home opener next week, next Friday.
Yeah.
And that's Reinhardt on the carry. Powers his way to the 30-yard line.
I mean,
wow.
that's, you know, if you're not shooting yourself in the foot, those are good offensive plays. You know, they're
Gage Peterson on the stop.
Yeah, they're just keep plugging, and you know, all they got to do is kind of like a ground chuck with the Seahawks. You know, you just, or Woody Hayes. You know, 5 yards in a cloud of dust. You know, I mean, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, there was a flag on the play at the end of the play. It's a face mask, and that'll march the Bulldogs closer. It's 8:55 to go in the ball game. Again, Shelton 35, North Mason 14. So a 15-yard penalty on the face mask. We'll put the ball down at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for North Mason. And they'll wind the clock. Bulldogs are up to the line of scrimmage. Bolton back to pass, throws the middle, slant a little bit low, a little bit too far away for the intended target. That's Austin Knight was the intended receiver on that one. I was just thinking in my head that we haven't seen any passes by North Mason, and look what happens.
And in reality, that probably should have been intercepted. There was a guy that came right in front and mistimed it.
Right.
But that isn't what North Mason does.
No.
Their game is, you know, the triple, and they want to pound you between the tackles and you know, try to get outside and do that kind of stuff. Where, you know, Shelton's a little bit faster than they are, and they can make up for distance.
So Bolton on the keeper, gets inside the near the 5-yard line. I think that was a broken play because he looked to hand it off, and there was nobody there, so he pulled it down and kept running.
And if you notice from our angle, you can see the big hole.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Ball down to just short of the 5.
And again on a triple, if you're a quarterback, you got to make those decisions fast, and he made it fast before Shelton's defense was could react.
So it brings up 3rd and 1 on the 5-yard line for North Mason. That's a little too far there. And Reinhardt on the carry gets to the 3. Maybe the 2.
Down by Tanner Rhodes.
That's a first down.
That's
First
good
and
for
goal
another
for the Bulldogs.
First down.
Under 8 minutes to go in the game. Good positive plays here is what you want as a coaching staff, regardless of what's on the scoreboard.
Yes, and that's what they're working. Like I said, I think they're probably working on getting fine-tuning things they're going to need down the road in league and whatever to make them successful in their league. And that's their game, pound to pound between the tackles.
So 1st and goal from the 2-yard line for North Mason. And a handoff. Reinhardt gets stopped just short of the goal line. Brings a 2nd and goal.
That's Tanner Rhodes with a big hit.
This is for Shelton. This is a good goal line stance situation for them, which I don't know if they will see.
That's what they want to get their. As a coach, you would like to have the other team put you in many different situations that you could work on, that you've worked on in turnout, but you've worked on them against your 2nd, 3rd team guys. Where tonight it's 1st team against 1st team.
Yeah, well, mix in with some of those younger players as we're seeing,
Yeah, that's right, but still the idea is the same.
So it's a 2nd and goal from the 1. Bolton goes under center. Hands it off. Jones in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, North Mason!
Jones will slip it in there from 1 yard
Now
out.
Mac Jones with a touchdown.
And it makes it 35-20 now. with 6:54 to go in the ball game. That's our was.
Taylor will attempt the extra point.
Caleb Taylor on to kick the point after the touchdown.
Yep. I mean, again, you're working on things that you need to work on. You need to work on the PAT.
And the point after is good.
It's good.
So it is now 35-21. 6:54 to go in the ball game. In this North Mason, or this Mason. Okay, as I was saying, 6:54 to go in the ball game, 35-21. Shelton on top. North Mason adds another one. Make it a little bit more interesting. Still some time. Anything can happen. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected. Find the right solution for your business with Hood Canal Communications. We offer business phone service and systems, broadband and networking, cable TV, and digital music. Find the right fit for your business, and together we'll grow. Call or click today, 898-2481 or hcc.net. Hood Canal Communications, Mason County's premier communications service provider.
And we're back. 6:54 to go in the ball game. Shelton 35, North Mason 21. After the good sustained drive that capped off by a 1-yard touchdown plunge by Mac Jones.
And it shows that the coaching staff for North Mason is able to emotionally and mentally keep their kids in the ball game. Regardless what the score, you fight to the end. You play 4 quarters of hard-knock football. And they've done a good job of coaching their kids up in the second half to keep them in the ball game when they seem to be making tons of mistakes. Likewise, Shelton has been able to rise to the occasion when they had to.
So here's a run up and the kick. Short kick taken at the 20, to the 30. And 35, can't get much further than that. And that's Kelvin Clark on the return.
34-yard line.
So the High Climbers will start at the 34.
Brought down by Jacob Teason.
So 6:40 to go in the ball game, 6:46 now. The clock is still making some funky things there. Luckily, eventually there will be a new stadium for the Bulldogs.
Is that right? They're going to go
to? Yeah, they'll start that, I think, next year.
Oh.
Or maybe the year after. It'll be on the other side of the campus, actually. But this field will still be here.
Yeah.
So the High Climbers have 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. And another hard count.
They got 2 choices. The right tackle came off defensively, and the right tackle on offense came off.
First down.
Yeah.
So offsides is called. Marching forward 5 yards. Make it 1st and 5. Don't need to give Shelton any additional yards without making them work. A handoff goes to Ruiz. Got maybe one there, trying to get around the left corner. Brings up 2nd down.
Sterling McIntosh on the stop for the Bulldogs. Bring up 2nd down and about 4.
Clock is running with 6:20 to go in the ball game. 35-21. Shelton on top. High Climbers have the ball. Rena to the near side. I formation. And off to the fullback. Getting into the secondary. And Young is caught at the 20.
19-yard line.
Nice run from scrimmage there. Not something anybody expected.
On the stop.
Fullback run there. But a first down and a big chunk
Ball
of yardage.
marked on about the 19-yard line of the Bulldogs.
All about running the ball and keeping the clock going.
So spot the ball all the way up at the 19-yard line of North Mason. 1st and 10 for Shelton. Under 6 minutes to go here in the ball game. 35-21 is their score. Shelton on top and with the ball. 2 receivers on the near side. Raldis pitch goes, and that's number 32 is Pollard. Pollard can't get anywhere. Just didn't develop as he thought it would. Looking for some hole, and there was no hole to go to.
Brought down by
So no gain on that play. 2nd and 10. The one thing I've noticed, Lim, about Colton Pollard, he's a very patient guy. But if that hole doesn't develop, there's no place for him to go.
Yeah.
But once he finds the hole and he hits the hole, he's a speedster.
Yeah.
It's like Rena's back in there. He'll get the handoff. He's trying to go straight up the middle. And didn't get much. Nice tackle by Cody Myrick.
H.D. Ralston on the stop there.
Third down and call it 9.
3rd down.
4.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Eichlemmers not in no hurry at all. Offset I formation. Ruiz with the carry. Gets inside the 15-yard line.
Jacob Thiessen and Austin Knight on the stop. That'll bring up a 4th down.
It's a 4th and it looks like probably 5.
Be marked on the Bulldog 13.
Under 4 minutes to go here in the game.
4th down. Makes a noise, fan.
4th, and they're going to call it 5 with 3:40 to go in the ball game.
Why'd you wake him up?
Wrong fans, folks. Eichlemmers are going to go for it with 4th and 5, and now we have a whistle, and I believe we have a timeout.
Yep.
Timeout by Shelton, so we'll take one. We'll be right back. 3:27 to go in the ball game. Shelton 35, North Mason 21. Eichlemmers are knocking on the door again.
Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected. Find the right solution for your business with Hood Canal Communications. We offer business phone service and systems, broadband and networking, cable TV, and digital music. Find the right fit for your business, and together we'll grow. Call or click today, 898-2481 or hcc.net. Hood Canal Communications, Mason County's premier communications service provider.
3:27 to go in the ball game. 35-21 Shelton with the lead, and it is a 4th and 5. The timeout by Shelton. Eichlemmers have the ball.
JV at 5, varsity at 6:30.
And they are going to kick that, attempt that field goal. It's a 30-yard field goal. Pollard will be the kicker.
It'll be a 30-yard attempt.
Snap, spot, kick. Line drive kick. Is it good? No, it is not.
No good.
Bulldogs will take over with 3:22 to go in the ball game.
Also, we have Wednesday, the middle school.
You were saying in the break, Lim, that they a good spot for a field goal, and it's like you're connected with Matt Hinkle in a way there.
That's scary, isn't it?
For him, yeah, I guess.
But they had, they're up by 2 touchdowns.
Right.
You don't get a lot of chances to work on that kind of stuff.
Right. So the Bulldogs will take over on their own 20-yard line with 3:22 to go in the game. Shelton leads 35-21. Still some time for something to happen here at Lim. You just never know. Bulldogs break the huddle. Shelton is just now coming out. Other than they go without the Shelton being set
Quick play
and
there.
nothing, but there's a lateral, and it looks like Mac Jones is on the run, and he gets a sandwich there across about the 22-yard line.
That was kind of like a backyard play.
Well, Shelton didn't come out quick enough.
Yeah.
Brought down by
Nice effort, or nice recognition by North Mason to see that they're not coming out quickly, and good heads up by Polton to pitch the ball to Jones. It just didn't result in anything more than a couple of yards. So it brings up 2nd and 8 from the 22. North Mason with the ball. Shelton with the lead. Handoff goes to Reinhardt. Gets to the 30.
To the 30-yard line.
Near the first down marker.
That's good for another Bulldog. First down.
And that's a 1st and 10.
Gage Peterson
for
Shelton.
Shelton.
For the Climbers.
So 2.5 minutes to go here in the ball game.
And again, North Mason isn't deviating from their offensive game plan at all. They're running the ball. They're running between the tackles, and that's their game plan, and they want to make sure they're good at that.
Handoff goes
Sterling
to McIntosh this time. Gets a couple of runs. Is it McIntosh or Reinhardt?
Mora on the carry.
Oh, it's Mora on the carry. Okay.
Brought down by Hayden Pyle.
So some new faces out there getting some playing time in the last 2 minutes of this ball game. Clock is running, by the way. We're under 2 minutes to go. Score is 35-21. Shelton on top. North Mason with the ball.
Mason County Cup at the conclusion of tonight's game.
Bulldogs taking their time in the huddle. Handoff and caught in the backfield for a big loss there.
No gain on that play.
The ball carrier was Cody Myrick.
4th down.
The tackle was made by Michael Husky. That brings up, that's 3rd and looks like 10
that 3rd down.
from the 30-yard line. Approaching a minute to go in the ball game. Clock continues to run. Pitch out and getting nowhere is Austin Williams taking that pitch and to the right.
Brought down by Tanner Rose.
Might have got a half a yard on that. Brings up 4th down.
9.
And we're at 35 seconds. Depending on how quickly the Bulldogs could get the play off here.
Done a good job of getting his guys in and out and give them some playing time. You never know down the road you might need them.
15 seconds now. It's at 10. While the Bulldogs get it out, they do. And on the keeper, it's up on the 4th down play to the 36-yard line. Not enough for the first down. It leaves 3 seconds on the clock.
Ball goes over on down.
And the High Climbers will take over on the North Mason 36-yard
Football
line.
game next Thursday against Elma is at Hoquiam. Hope you can hear that.
So we have 3 seconds remaining in the ball game. Probably the victory formation for the High Climbers.
As you exit tonight's game, we ask you please to pick up a little around you to help our janitorial staff keep things clean, but be very helpful. Probably the last play of the game.
So we're just waiting for this thing to be official in the books. Score is 35-21. Shelton on top. Some confusion here as some High Climbers are running off the field, running back on the field. 3 seconds to go. And the referees are counting to make sure that there is not too many people on the field, or there is enough people on the field. And now the High Climbers got their lineup. So a knee is taken. And
your final
that'll
score.
do it. So the final score here is Shelton 35, North Mason 21. And we will take a quick timeout, and then we'll have the presentation of the Mason County Cup. That's all next.
So I've come up with the family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So we're just going to stick around here and wait for the presentation of the Mason County Cup, which actually will stay in Shelton as the High Climbers won last year, and that gives them 3 wins to 1 on this in this Mason County Cup series. I've let Lim head on out,
Hey, TJ.
as he's got a little longer drive than I do.
TJ.
Heading back into the Tacoma area. Or actually, not the Tacoma area, the Tumwater area. So we're just going to hang out here until we get the Mason County Cup final score, 35-21. Shelton
TJ.
taking that
See
cup.
you later, man.
And we've got groups here as the teams are meeting at the 45-yard line. I'm still looking to see the cut. There it is.
If you direct your attention up to center field, both teams are meeting out there.
And a nice moment here.
We have
Mark Swafford has the cup in his hand.
we have the athletic director from North Mason out there. That's Mark Swafford.
Talking to Jim Judson. Waiting for that presentation.
And the athletic director from Shelton, Jim Judson.
And
Presenting
the cup
Mason
stays
County
with
Cup to Shelton High Climbers.
with Shelton.
Congratulations.
So the Shelton High Climbers come up to Belfair and take the 4th annual Mason County Cup, 35-21. My thanks to Lim Elway for helping out in this webcast. Sorry for the difficulties on the live broadcast. And again, the final score, Shelton 35, North Mason 21. Mason County Cup stays in Shelton, and we will see you next week.